Roll to Save presents Whitewash, a Paranoia actual play podcast.
Greetings, citizen. You are a citizen of the far future. Your home is Alpha Complex. Humanity has advanced dramatically since the bad old days of the 20th century. There is no war. There is no famine. There is no disease. Alpha Complex is a utopia run by a benevolent and omniscient computer. The computer is your friend. The computer provides for your needs. The computer ensures that each and every citizen of Alpha Complex is happy. The computer is your friend. The computer wants you to be happy. Failure to be happy is treason. Treason is punishable by summary execution. You are happy, aren't you? We thought so. You are a clone. According to legend, humans once reproduced by rutting like vile animals. This is no longer true. Humans are grown in clone banks by the computer. There is no longer any need for the messy randomness of love, romance, and childbirth. The computer makes sure that each and every human is genetically perfect in every respect. See what love the computer has for its citizens. The computer is your friend. Trust the computer. In the unlikely event you encounter terminal danger, the computer will order the transfer of your brain's recorded memories to a new, identical clone body. The computer continues to pioneer stunning advances in cloning technology, and its unique MemoMax technology can copy and transfer the deceased citizen's memories to a new clone with speed and absolute accuracy. Your MemoMax circuitry was implanted before you were decanted, and it functions perfectly today. The chances of lost or corrupted memories occurring are completely within current guidelines set by the computer. The computer is your friend. Because the computer is aware of the importance of making backups in case of accidental loss or erasure, each citizen is provided with 5 replacement clones. Historically, the number of citizens who have required more than 5 replacement clones is within acceptable margins given prevailing situational circumstances. The computer provides everything for the happy citizens of Alpha Complex. It provides food. It provides shelter. It provides entertainment. It offers challenging and meaningful work. It provides for the spiritual and psychological needs of its citizens. It exists to serve you. The computer is your friend. But Alpha Complex is at war. It has been at war for all of recorded history. There is constant danger of infiltration by the enemy. The enemy is the communists. Traitorous elements within Alpha Complex, such as mutants and secret societies, assist the commies. These dangerous elements must be rooted out and destroyed. Enemies are everywhere. Stay alert. Trust no one. Keep your laser handy. It's another wonderful day cycle in Alpha Complex. Our brave troubleshooters are all busy at work in the service firms, getting on with their day-to-day jobs. We'll start with taking a little look into what their day-to-day looks like. And we have 6 troubleshooters here. The first one we're going to look at is Chris R. Bow 1. Chris, tell us about your day. How's it going?
It's going all right. After watching my favorite Holo vids of the Vulture Company, kicking ass, taking names, serving computer as best it can go, I enjoy my day scrubbing the digital brains of the many mighty and great robots that serve all of the humans and, of course, the computer here at Alpha Complex. It is heroin work watching these fine machines be scrubbed day after day, more often than not because of their own fault, but those of the humans. But it is work that needs to be done all the same, and I am proud to do it in the name of the computer.
Now, as you can tell, Chris works in the armed forces and looks after the day-to-day of Alpha Complex, keeps them safe. But at the same time, we're now going to cut away to Lindsay RG1. Lindsay, what's a typical day in power services like?
It's fantastic fun and very, very entertaining. I'm a Deputy Assistant Graphite Dampening Rod Recycling Technician, and therefore, watch me put this graphite dampening rod in the recycling and press the button. And let me do that again, just in case you didn't catch it the first time. Here we go. And press the button. And yeah, let's do that again. It's really exciting. Let's grab a rod and put it in the thingy and press the button.
As you can tell, Lindsay R's experience is a great example of the fulfilling and meaningful work that the computer gives its citizens. But let's cut away from power services to the big rivals in tech services, and we cut to Paul R, DFT1. Paul, how's it going in tech services?
It's a wonderful day. Have you seen my new PDC model 1400? It's got a ZXL 2300 plugin with statistical functions, vector calc mods, chrome exterior, and tele-O ringtones. Look, guys, I'll come back.
As you can say, Paul has been perfectly chosen for his role in tech services. We also have, working in HPD and MC, that's Housing Preservation, Development and Mind Control, Raj R Fab1. Raj, how's it going down in HPD and MC?
It is going transcendentally exquisitely. I enjoy both cleaning and creating propaganda on the daily. It is my duty to shape young minds into more correct minds.
Well, speaking of shaping minds, over in research and design, we've got citizen Tracy R, PIG1. Tracy, how's things going in R&D?
Hey, I didn't see you there. You know, one of my favorite things that I like to do is I like bashing on these machines. Not because I derive any personal joy from bashing on the machines, but because I fulfill an important duty of making sure that these machines are durable, especially given some of the high-stress situations that you put them through. And so I find that extremely fulfilling about my personal employment here.
And cutting back to HPD and MC again, we've got citizen Walt R, CRD1. Walt, tell us about a typical day in Alpha Complex for you.
Well, every day is a gorgeous day, a beautiful day here. I'm a receptionist clerk for the Teleo Melly Fan Club hotline, and I accept calls all day from exuberant citizens. Oh, hang on, I've got a call right now. Teleo Melly Fan Club? Yes, we can accept gifts. Yes, you just send them right to Dear Computer, and if you could just hold, I've got more calls on the line.
AlphaNet entry, service groups and troubleshooters. All citizens belong to one of 8 service groups. Each group serves a vital role in Alpha Complex's bureaucracy. Each continually struggles with the others for funding, equipment, and personnel. Sometimes the struggles become violent. Internal security, IntSec, is responsible for weeding out traitors and commies and maintaining order. It combines the function of law enforcement officers, secret police, and monitors of political orthodoxy. IntSec is cordially hated and feared by citizens in all other services. Its agents are everywhere. Technical Services maintains robots, vehicles, communications, hardware, industrial and production systems, and various electronic and mechanical service systems. In practice, Tech Services and Power Services responsibilities overlap. Vicious bureaucratic rivalry and infighting develop over which group is best suited to serve the computer in disputed jurisdictions. Housing, Preservation, Development and Mind Control, HPD and MC, are responsible for primary human services, housekeeping, creche management, education, entertainment, recreation and retirement management. This is the largest, the least prestigious and the least politically reliable service group. But, as dispensers of propaganda, HPD and MC can sway the emotions of the masses, making it, in some ways, the most powerful. The armed forces protect Alpha Complex against external invasion by commie mutant traitors. They also supplement IntSec against internal threats. Tough, well-trained, well-equipped members of elite units, like the vaunted Vulture Squadrons, frequently serve as bodyguards and handle high-priority missions within Alpha Complex. Production, Logistics and Commissary, or PLC, is responsible for agricultural and industrial production and resource allocation. It prepares food and stores and distributes all consumer goods. PLC is only marginally more prestigious than HBD and MC. Power Services maintain the power plants and the primary habitat engineering systems of Alpha Complex, traffic, air, water and waste. Disputes with tech fuel a bitter rivalry between the two groups. Frequently, this rivalry becomes violent. Research and Design, R&D, develops new technology and equipment for the computer and citizens of Alpha Complex. R&D's bold advances are better known for their imaginative conception than their reliability. The computer is unrestrained in its enthusiastic support for R&D's visionary projects. Central Processing Unit, or CPU, is the central supervisory and administrative authority of Alpha Complex. An entrenched bureaucracy handles records, regulations, human resources, utopian engineering, justice, and administrative operations. CPU agents assigned directly by the computer to projects of particular interest enjoy unparalleled autonomy and discretionary powers. The Troubleshooters are an elite service group composed of citizens from all other service groups. Troubleshooters go wherever the computer orders, solving whatever problems the computer wants to be solved. Being a troubleshooter is the most dangerous job available to any citizen, but one of the few ways a citizen may rapidly rise to a higher status. For the sake of clarity, there are often, but not always, expected to find trouble and, well, shoot it. Well, speaking of friend computer...
Good day, cycle citizens. Are you happy at work? Of course you're happy. You're at work. Mission reference 3 Delta 2 7 Niner. You have generously been permitted another opportunity to serve the computer and Alpha Complex. Please make your way to the briefing room. 7 2 4 in sector C F D. You are required for a routine assignment. This mission will be perfectly safe and lots of fun for you. Happiness is mandatory. Stay alert. Trust no one. Keep your laser handy. The computer is your friend. Transmission ends.
Hell yes, a chance to serve the computer. Ha ha!
Out of time, I'm tired of scrapping these beautiful citizens of the mighty Alpha Complex. They don't deserve
You know,
this.
I really want to bash one more machine, but I should probably pay attention, shouldn't I?
Where's my hand sanitizer?
Oh, I've got a crate of hand sanitizer right over here. Let me just distribute them to everybody. One for you, and one for you. You know how to use these, don't you?
Absolutely. One merely upends the bottle and squirts a small peanut-sized amount into your palm and then rubs it across one's hands and then can use the excess to lubricate whatever is handy.
Fantastic. See, a lot of people get it wrong and they squirt it almond-sized, and you really need to have the right size nuts in your hand.
AlphaNet entry. Mandatory bonus duties. The computer assigns fun and interesting duties to specific members of each troubleshooter mission team as rewards for their continued service. These mandatory bonus duties enhance the team's chances of success and provide many exciting and educational experiences. The added responsibility makes troubleshooters feel loved, wanted, and secure, and not at all paranoid. Each troubleshooter on the team has a special duty. They may be a team leader, loyalty officer, hygiene officer, communications officer, happiness officer, or equipment guy. The loyalty officer discourages treasonous thoughts and looks for early warning signs of common sympathy. The hygiene officer monitors the personal hygiene levels of other team members, preventing poor morale, substandard performance, and halitosis. CPU performance tracking statistics show percent of troubleshooter missions fail due to poor hygiene. The Communications and Recording Officer chronicles the mission using advanced video technology, extremely sensitive microphones, and gripping colour commentary. Good lighting and innovative camera angles produce excellent training material and possible even footage for popular evening vid shows like Bake That Commie. The Happiness Officer ensures everyone has fun on the mission, knows jokes, sings, leads citizen instruction games, authorises and administers biochemical supplements needed to guarantee a fun time is had by all. The Equipment Guy controls bots and vehicles assigned to the team, monitors each troubleshooter's equipment maintenance level, and the Equipment Guy is responsible for assigned mission equipment that gets lost, stolen, or damaged. Team leader offers guidance and sound advice to other team members. They also act as tactical situation commander in combat. It's an interesting fact that in the tests used to determine what mandatory bonus duty each troubleshooter will get, the team leader is the one that shows no aptitude for any of the other roles. In the team of brave troubleshooters that we're following, Chris R. Bo 1 is a happiness officer, Paul R. DFT 1 is a recording officer, Raj R. Fab 1 is a team leader, Tracy R. PIG 1 is a loyalty officer, Walt R. CRD 1 is the equipment guy, and Lindsay R. G1 is the hygiene officer. As you will see, some of these troubleshooters have more enthusiasm for their particular calling than others. Believe it or not, the briefing room, room 724 in Sector CFD, is a mere short transport ride away. You gather your equipment and you meet outside the briefing room. Now, the briefing room door, it's 2 feet of solid red steel. And as your team approaches, it hisses open and then it shuts after you. And inside, there's a brief hum as the magnetic locks click into place. The room is dark, the lights appear to be dimmed to power saving mode, and a red padded bench sits about 6 feet in front of a desk. There's another desk sitting in the corner, and sitting behind the first desk is a clone wearing blue whose badge reads Winston B. He gestures to you that you should be seated.
Now, here's an important thing to note, people. The first person to sit, the sitting order is a loyalty test. The first person to sit might seem a little overeager, whereas the last person to sit might seem a little bit hesitant. So really what you want to do is you want to be the second or third person to sit down.
I'll just interject and suggest that we just give this a quick wipe. Is that okay?
Chris immediately goes bolt upright and salutes the person in blue and then lowers it. His pleasure to be a humble servant of the computer.
Yes, thank you, citizen. He glances at his watch. We really need to be getting on here. Who's the team leader?
I am the team leader. Nice to meet you,
right,
sir.
Team leader, get your team seated.
Team, sit down now. I do not care the order. I will sit right next to the guy if I can.
Can I just ask, what is the distance between our blue colleague's desk and this seat? Because if it's under 2 meters, obviously that's a little bit concerning.
Well,
in the RG1, are you concerned? Because
it is over 2 meters away. And in fact, just to emphasize the divide between you, he presses a button and some plexiglass slides down between him and yourselves. And as he does so, the whine fills the air, and the little red lights on the security cameras ping off.
This entire time, Paul will have his...
Is this thing on? Troubleshooters, listen, I'm going to be brief here because this is a briefing after all. You can laugh. Yeah. Okay. Right. Enough. Corridor number 182 in CFD sector. It's a major intersection between the CFD sector infrared barracks and one of the CFD food vats where the infrareds work. And at present, production is down. It's down 100%. And the reason for this shortfall in production is due to corridor number 182, for whatever reason, having been painted white by mistake during routine maintenance. It should be black, and therefore the infrareds can't get to the food vats. None of them can get to work. It is your job to rectify this situation. Any questions? Yes.
Do we have black paint available?
I'm sure you could ask for it.
Yeah, I need the statistics of everyone going down there. Do you have any kind of rebriefing material that I need to be privy to, perhaps, say, tantamount to said positions for armed forces individual of mine or lesser caliber?
You need to make the corridor black again. That's it.
Affirmative.
What are the acceptable casualties?
You troubleshooters. It's a corridor that needs not being white.
So many casualties are acceptable. Understood!
From beyond the door, you can hear Winston presses another button behind the desk, and a steel wall slides down between him and the plexiglass. There's a hiss, and the magnetic lock on the door opens, and in marches a clone whose badge reads Tony G BSR 4, and he's flanked by 2 yellow clearance internal security guards. How did all of you get in here before me?
I wasn't, sir.
Raj, Fab 1 has the answer to that question. Would you like some hand sanitizer?
The computer beckoned us here, and of course, as loyal citizens, we arrived on time.
That's really well answered, Raj. I think that's the way to go.
As a second in command, I'm definitely second in command here, and I'm not just jumping in that position. I agree with team leader.
Okay, yes, this room's smaller than I remember it last time. Oh, whatever. Okay, troubleshooters, rejoice. The computer has need of your service. At present, food production in CFD sector is suffering. Official estimates indicate that food VAT output is down 73.7%. Internal security analysis suggests there's a 23.6% chance of communist sabotage, a 22.2% chance of mutant involvement, a 14.1% chance of secret society meddling, and a 40.1% chance of communist mutant dabbling. Our analyst suggests there's an 89.4% chance that these factors are likely to be cumulative. HBD and MC are requesting your help in resolving these issues. In order to rectify this situation, your team, henceforth known as Task Force Epsilon 718, will travel to the CFD food vats by corridor number 182, where you will pose as red clearance food vat maintenance technicians. You will be required to assist in food vat operations while undertaking an investigation into the ongoing sabotage. Right, team leader, step forward.
Yes, sir.
What questions do you have?
What are the acceptable casualties?
Oh, you troubleshooters. What is it with you and casualties? Try not to fall in the vat. Anyway, here is a damage waiver form. Signing it makes the signatory responsible for all assigned equipment. Please have it signed.
I have
Equipment
a pen.
guy. Equipment
I have
guy.
a pen.
Sign this form.
All right, I'm signing away.
Okay, the form, it's a lot of legalese. I mean, it's a lot to it. It does suggest that any damage to any equipment on the mission will be on the signatory. And there's talk of fines, demotions, all that sort of good stuff.
Oh, naturally. I'm signing it. And if anybody would like to borrow my pen, then make sure you give it back.
At this point, Walt rather cheekily signs the form Lindsay R. GEE1. Thank you for signing that, citizen. Right, team, Task Force Epsilon 718, please proceed to CFD's PLC outfitting for assignment of mission equipment. Present that equipment docket I've just given you. Once outfitted, you will have to proceed to the food vats in Sector CFD, next to corridor number 182. Any question?
I'm gonna look behind me and stare at them with a wide eye.
And not picking up on this cue, Chris is going to step forward and just go, "No, sir!" And he's going to start picking up his legs really high, getting ready to march away.
He reaches forward and he ruffles the team leader's hair. Go team.
Thank you, sir.
He turns to leave and coughs politely, and the 2 internal security goons follow after him.
All right, team, let's assemble and get some equipment.
Is everyone have a good time? Just real
course
quick
we
check. Good.
I
Yeah.
will say I could be having a better time.
Yeah, you could. And he throws you a pill.
I just like a dog getting a treat.
I was just thinking now might be a good time for us to go around and just say how much we love the computer.
What an obviously suspicious thing to say and ask.
Oh no, I see some side-eyed glances and some worried looks, and I need to just make sure that we're all doing this for the right reasons.
You see Paul standing in the back, and he has his microcorder out, and he's just kind of nodding yes and no to people as they
Kind of
ask
like
these questions.
hunched down at his side, kind of just, recording from the hip.
How about you there, Paul, with the gigantic backpack recording equipment? Why don't you state for the record exactly how much you love the computer in gratuitous detail?
If I had to put it on a scale of 1 to 10, I love the computer at a 10.
All I know is I hate communists almost as much as I love Lord Computer. That is all I know.
Yeah, all right. I think everything checks out. I think we're good here, sir. And he pats Raj on the shoulder.
Let us move out.
You make your way to PLC. PLC in Alpha Complex is responsible for production, logistics, and commissary. In essence, they make things and they distribute things. And this is where troubleshooters go to collect all of their equipment, all of the equipment they get assigned. This equipment doesn't belong to the troubleshooters, it belongs to Friend Computer. Troubleshooters have to take good care of it, and it's a good job you have got a very trusty equipment officer on your team in the form of your friend Walt. And Walt has signed this docket that has said he's going to take all responsibility for anything that may go wrong with the computer equipment. Of course, it won't go wrong, because the computer always provides for your needs. As we know from the last episode, Walt hasn't been entirely honest in his signing of the form. This form that says he will take all responsibility for all the equipment provided to the team, he has signed it in the name of Lindsay R.G.1, the team's hygiene officer. This means if anything goes wrong with any of the equipment, Lindsay R is the one who will be footing the bill.
I'm still holding my pen out in case anyone needs it.
I was going to give that a quick wipe. Up and down gesture movement there.
It's looking very clean.
Now, one of the things that troubleshooters love at PLC is the queues. Imagine those queues you see, or lines for our North American friends, in communist-era Russia, outside places where they're getting bread and other basic necessities. The PLC depot in CFD sector is very similar to that. In fact, imagine the biggest IKEA you've ever been in. And imagine lines and lines of red-suited citizens, all heavily armed, queuing with dockets very similar to yourself, waiting in line. AlphaNet entry, PLC, production, logistics, and commissary. PLC controls agricultural and industrial production. It also distributes these products to the citizens of Alpha Complex. PLC is held in only slightly more esteem than HPT and Mind Control. It is actually no more than a mammoth service bureaucracy, though it does regulate most of what could be called wealth in Alpha Complex. At the infrared end of the scale, PLC service firm workers are cooks, clerks, farmers, and factory labourers. At higher status, there are more managerial and policy responsibilities. At best, it is none too glamorous. Most personnel in this group are dull and terminally bored. The exceptions are either unusually greedy and corrupt, especially in the food production firms, or fanatically loyal to the computer and creatively dedicated to increasing production and consumption. These latter servants tend to also be fantastically loyal to the secret society Free Enterprise. And as you come in, there's a little vending bot with a number above its head that hands you a ticket. And as it hands you the ticket, the number at the top changes to 432 from 431. Now, the room's got lots of comfy couches around it, there's vending machines, there's confession booths. What's the team going to do?
Raj, I heard that you like queues. Is that true, Raj?
I love any form of order provided by the computer.
How about you, Tracy? Do you like queues?
Oh, me? Yeah, I can get in line with that.
Who would you like to accuse?
I'm sorry, what was that?
You said you would like to accuse someone. Who would you like to accuse?
Oh, no, I didn't say I'm accusing anyone. I said I can get in line with that.
I think Paul's got that recorded. You said you like to accuse.
I am just saddened to see one of my own team.
Can you play that back?
Yep. Here it is right here. And he plays it back to the team.
I like accused.
Exactly.
Well, it seems pretty clear. I'm just a humble equipment guy, but this saddens me.
It saddens me deeply.
I pull out my laser and I point it at Tracy.
Oh, this is.
Are you a communist?
I'm sure this is a big misunderstanding. Let's pretend this never happened.
You've got the wrong person here.
Those who've just confessed to not being quite so happy, can I remind you that happiness is mandatory?
Did someone say they're not happy? And he starts leveling his laser at other people.
Point that at me. I'm always happy to have a gun pointed at my head.
Sounds
I'm
good.
overwhelmed with happiness, but I'm saddened just a little to see one of our own team in the face of working for the computer.
Are you a mutant communist?
I wish I was, so I could be killed in this moment, so I wouldn't feel this disappointment in our own member. I wish I was dead.
Excuse me, comrades. Can I just excuse me, citizens. Can I just remind you that we should be in a correct line here?
Everybody, form up in line.
Now the order that you queue up is very important, because if you're the first person, then you're gonna appear over eager, and if you're the last person, Then
I believe you should be the first in line, accuser.
Well, I mean, if you're ordering me to be the first in line, then that's a completely different exception. And he pulls out a little bit of like a book. It looks like a little book of bylaws, and starts thumbing through it. All right, fine.
That's a red book. Is that a red book? It looks like a little red book.
What are you, colorblind? No, it's the little black book of mores.
Oh, I see. What are you doing with a black book? Surely you should have a red book, being red clearance and obviously not wanting to be demoted.
Well, it's handwritten. So he kind of shows that it's a handwritten book of social mores that he did for himself.
I see. Computer printed out forms not good enough for you, huh?
No, they're great. I love forms. And when the computer gives them to me, those are two of my favorite things. How long is this line?
AlphaNet entry, security clearance. Every citizen of Alpha Complex has a security clearance. Our troubleshooters that we're following are clearance red. Security clearances correspond to the electromagnetic spectrum. Beneath the troubleshooters in status are the unwashed masses, the labourers and drones of security clearance infrared. Above them in grade are orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, and ultraviolet. Ultraviolet is the highest status. It is whispered that there are clearances above ultraviolet, but rumours of treason. The computer determines each citizen's clearance with complete impartiality. Higher clearance means more responsibility. It also brings benefits, larger quarters, more privacy, and a more fantastic food choice. All citizens' needs are catered for, but those who sacrifice the most for the sake of society and their fellow citizens are rewarded most greatly. Citizens of a higher security clearance enjoy a more significant share of trust from the computer and have advanced because they have selflessly served the greater good. Red clearance troubleshooters should defer to high clearance citizens at all times. Failure to do so is treason. Citizens are expected to wear clothing of the same colour as their security clearance. Infrared citizens wear black. It is said that ultraviolet citizens, also known as high programmers, wear white, but most people have never seen anyone wearing white. Our troubleshooters must wear red at all times. They may adorn their red uniform with some black, as long as the majority colour is red. They often have fun with this. Failure to have fun is treason. To ensure that only citizens of the requisite competence, judgment and reliability have access to restricted areas, Alpha Complex is divided into coloured regions. Citizens may only enter areas of their clearance or lower. Our troubleshooters must stay within black and red regions at all times. Failure to do so is treason. The computer is your friend.
What is the number on our piece of paper?
433.
Perfect. Excuse me.
No.
And I'm gonna grab Lindsay by like the scruff of his shirt. I'm gonna pull him over to the vending bot. Be like, this bot is in terrible state. I need you to make sure that he is tip top to make so he can do his best job possible. If you could be so kind.
The bot turns round. How can I be of service?
Well, you need a good spit shine there, son. I mean, you could be the gleamiest, glammiest person I've ever done met. And he like pats it on the shoulder.
Do you require assistance queuing? Citizen, I appear to be clean. Why are you shaming me?
Because you deserve the best.
He just touched you, and hasn't washed his hands in at least 5 minutes.
It's true. I haven't.
Here, have a squidge.
Hey, Raj. Maybe we can ask this person to bump us up the line a little. I mean, with food, vats, and all that, it really...
Breaking order? Are you trying to break the computer's order?
Well,
we have been
I'm
assigned to this line because that is what the computer wishes us to do.
I'll remind you that such baseless accusations is a form of treason.
I am merely asking you a question. Are you attempting to break order?
Oh, no, I'm simply trying to state that the vending bot mayhaps have heard of our predicament and will help us to receive the equipment so that friend computer can get back to other much more important things.
Ah, jeez. Okay, hey.
Happiness officer, give them drugs now. They are obviously in an ill state.
I give myself drugs.
All right. Look, bot, we're troubleshooters. We've got a job for the computer. It's urgent. Can you do something here?
What do you require me to do, citizen?
We just need our equipment for the job.
Do you have a ticket?
Well, that would be the golden retriever over here of a team leader. Would be the holder of that.
Did I just hear a sound of sarcasm in your voice?
No, I love golden retrievers.
How do you know what a golden retriever is? I'm sure that there haven't been any of those for quite some time now. I think they might be mythical. Are you a commie?
No, just really into mythology of golden retrievers.
I'm not sure that you're cleared for that kind of knowledge. Do you have yellow clearance? Oh, no, you're in red.
AlphaNet entry, The Old Reckoning. It is currently year 214 of the computer. Alpha Complex has existed in its current happy, over-medicated state for just over 2 centuries. Everything prior to year 0 of the computer is said to have taken place in Old Reckoning times. Although HPD and MC maintain a pre-complex data archive of all official information about Old Reckoning times, these sources have become corrupted over the years. What were once veritable storehouses of knowledge have lost their integrity and are instead very long on dry facts, short on interesting details, sharply limited in focus, and rigorously sanitised. Whilst access to the archive is discouraged, it is not strictly treasonous. On the other hand, it's not strictly useful either. Actual knowledge of the Old Reckoning times is considered to be security clearance blue, and any knowledge of actual history by citizens of a lower security clearance is considered treasonous. Because of this, and because of the unreliability of the archives, most of this information has been handed down orally and therefore has suffered considerable distortion across the years. Prominent in this part mythology, part history are elements of pop culture from the middle and late 20th century, film, television, music and lifestyles. Aspects of different periods are mixed with gay abandon, beach movies, sitcoms, pop music, transcendental meditation and news footage are blended into a curious romantic nostalgia for a culture with unlimited personal freedom and potential. Oddly enough, the computer and its agents ruthlessly crack down on letting this information spread. The computer is your friend.
How would you be privy to the necessary level of knowledge one would need? You see, I know nothing of anything you speak of because I'm a simple red. But all of these things passing back and forth in such a way, all I can imagine is that...
Lindsay, your PDC starts ringing.
Excellent. Just 1 second, gentlemen. I'll just wander a little further away from the line. Obviously,
I will
places me at the back.
follow. I will follow right behind him. I will be literally right behind him the entire time.
Hello, this is Lindsay RG1. Who is calling?
Destiny has afforded you a glorious chance to strike blow for infrared masses.
Sounds jolly fun. This is not a good time at the moment. Can I get you to call back in, say, 30 minutes?
Why are you not doing the voice? It's the best part of this.
Sorry. Comrade, you're supposed to be calling me back. Workers of the world unite.
Imagine it will be a beautiful call.
Noted that you will be receiving a call in 30 minutes. I will be right beside you. Who called?
I think that was our... What's his name? Our blue guy.
You don't remember the name of a blue?
Wow, that's pretty disrespectful.
Winston.
You're
wasn't
starting
it?
to
Winston.
seem very
Aha.
red, my friend.
Hey, Lindsay, can I just check in really quick 1 second? And Tracy's just going to walk up to Lindsay. Now, that ringtone's ironic, right?
Of course. Not that I
Right,
really
that's
understand
just
what you mean by the word
that's
ironic.
just a silly joke.
What's
If I
joke?
know my laws, irony is a dirty commie trick to make you believe something that doesn't happen. You admit that you are affiliated with an ironic figure.
Not at all. Lindsay just pulls out a bottle of squeezy and squidges on the glasses of our grand leader Raj and gives him a quick wipe.
Just blighting me. Maybe, perhaps the only true way to solve this is to maybe do a quick callback on speakerphone.
What's speakerphone? This is some sort of strange new technology.
You know, I put this mic. Well, we talked to the equipment guy. He gets his loudspeaker, and then he puts it right next to the microphone of yours.
I'm not really sure I understand what you're asking me to do. It sounds like you're asking me to share my private communication feed, which of course is
Private?
treason.
There is no privacy to the computer. Computer knows all, loves all.
And that's why I don't need to share anything with you. If there was treason, surely the computer would detect it.
Are you?
Or do you not trust the computer?
Of course I trust the computer. I merely...
The computer is your friend?
my friend. I just think that perhaps somebody is being a little sneaky around here.
AlphaNet entry: Secret societies. All societies are technically illegal, but some are more illegal than others. In the computer's eyes, or as that lens's, membership in some societies warrant no punishment whatsoever. At the same time, there are other societies where, if it came to light you were a member, you'd probably be fined or otherwise reprimanded. However, there is a third classification of society, the membership of which will see a clone terminated for treason. Societies are classified as follows. Category A societies. The computer not only allows these societies to exist, it sometimes even encourages memberships in them. Why would it do that? Well, these societies either espouse some quality the computer views as positive, or serve as some kind of harmless outlet for urges that might possibly evolve into something more legitimately serious. Class B societies. These societies are the results of more extreme wings of Class A societies breaking off to do their own thing. The computer doesn't generally expend much time and effort in tracking down members of these organisations, as they either serve a useful purpose, espouse some kind of message of technological supremacy, or are else considered largely harmless. However, the reason that these organisations are subject to slightly more scrutiny than Category A's is that their doctrine can sometimes lead to extremes of behaviour that violate other Alpha Complex laws. Anti-mutants are rather fond of lynching mutants. Mystics can sometimes be found robbing PLC pharmacies, and Corpor Metal have an annoying habit of trying to remove robots' Asimov circuits. Category C societies. The tracking, persecution and termination of members of these societies is a full-time job of Alpha Complex's security services, and with good reason too. Members of these societies seek to actively tear down the society that the computer has created. Whereas the antics of Death Leopard, a Category A society, are more akin to Fight Club, Purge are Alpha Complex's equivalent of Al-Qaeda. They're scary terrorists that have no qualms about blowing up buildings full of innocent people. These groups have strong ideologies and their members are committed to their beliefs. Nobody jokes about being part of one of these groups because even mentioning them is enough to bring down a visit from internal security. Imagine living in a brutal police state with no human rights, where surveillance is everywhere, and that vending machines might be listening for certain keywords. Yeah, that's why no one talks about membership of these societies. Scarier still is the fact that, as of the year 214 of the computer, Internal Security believes around 27% of citizens are involved with a Class C secret society. That guy next to you in the transbot, he might be a member of Purge, and he might be wearing a suicide vest.
Hey,
Are you saying you know more
look
than
at this
Frank
guy in
Computer,
front of me.
sir? Because clearly our friend Lindsay here.
Can I just ask?
said that
Have you noticed? Look, guys, sorry, but this guy in front of us, he's got something in his back pocket, and I'm not sure that looks entirely clean for starters.
Are you talking to me? I don't know what I have in my pockets.
No.
Oh, okay.
Random guy in front of us in queue. I was going to tap him on the shoulder. Excuse me, citizen. What is that in your back pocket?
In case it is not immediately apparent, Lindsay R has slipped something into the clone in front of him's back pocket. Something treasonous. He pulls something out and he reads it and his eyes go wide. That's nothing. Good to meet you, citizen. I need to go elsewhere. PDC, really important call. Bye.
Goodbye, citizen, and I'll step forward one in the line. I feel happy now.
You should have been microdosing you this entire time.
Now serving citizen number 218.
Is that us?
No,
No.
we're fourth.
Well, hey, I'm happy to wait.
Hey,
Thrilled,
Walt.
in fact.
You're in charge of equipment and all that. And I'm sure you know the intricacies and the ins and outs of Alpha Complex better than any of us can possibly say. So if you could be
Well, not too well. What would you like me to get? I can requisition something if we need some equipment.
Yeah, what does that list say for Friend Computer that we need?
We need some red suits. Well, we've got those. We've got those already. We need some paint. We need some paint. That should be en route.
There's black paint, isn't it?
Black paint, yes.
Paul will chime in. I think at ProTech we can get some paint there. We should swing by ProTech on the way.
ProTech is Paul's secret society. He's inadvertently messed up here.
Well, if we have the suits and we just need paint, maybe we should go to ProTech and skip this line.
Chris R seems uncommonly keen to damn himself by association.
Are you?
Oh, I
saying
thought we
that
were. I thought we were standing here for the sake of standing here.
Of course we were, but that time has since elapsed, and it may be best that we get going.
I cannot believe my own ears. You are disregarding the order of a blue? He told us to come here. He told us to requisition equipment. How could you even... What could be going through your head that you would even think of such a thing?
You know, you do a lot of finger pointing for a communist.
What is
Careful.
a communist?
Oh, strange, because we all know what communists here are in Alpha Complex, and for you to pretend not to know is far more suspicious.
In fact,
than
only a
Elucidate.
commie would deny knowing that they're what a commie was.
Elucidate what you think a commie is. Is a commie one that follows the computer? Because in my book, that is quite the opposite.
No, I think a communist is someone who is named Raj or Fab 1. I'm going to get real in his face about it.
Making accusations like this are very dangerous. I hope you know what you're doing.
While they're doing that, Lindsay's just going to be slipping something in the back pocket of Raj.
Can I use perversion to feel that?
Clearance ultraviolet. Rules. Can I use perversion to feel that? Hey, we're meant to be a family show. What's going on here? In Paranoia, perversity points are the GM's reward to entertaining players. Other, non-fun RPGs give out things like experience points for gathering treasure and killing gnomes. These are generally used for improving players' characters over the course of a campaign. Given the terminally short lifespan of most troubleshooters, the mere conceit of a Paranoia campaign is as laughable as a player who attempts to survive a game. Therefore, some other tool is needed for a Paranoia GM to condition their dancing monkeys, to inspire their players. Enter perversity points. Perversity points let players interfere in scenes that they are in and scenes that they are not in. The only requirement to use them and to have access to a supply of them is to be amusing, help the storyline along, and generally mess with the other players. A good Paranoia GM will shower their players with these every time they are entertaining. The players will bask in this adulation and become even more entertaining. I believe a man called Pavlov wrote a whole study about this. So, what can you do with them? Simple. You spend them on a 1-by-1 basis to improve your dice rolls, or you spend them to improve or hinder another player's dice roll. You can spend up to 5 perversity on any given roll. When this happens, it is important to describe to the other players what is happening to make the skill attempt go better or worse than usual. Obviously, it doesn't make amazing radio to hear players say, I'm adding 5 to this roll. Oh yeah, well, I'm subtracting 5 from it. Well, I'm going to add 2. So you probably won't hear much of this. Unless I'm useless and forget to edit it out, it could very well happen. However, keep your ears peeled for players describing just exactly what happens on certain attempts to do things. That's generally a sign of somebody using perversity.
As he goes to do that, he's going to sort of, go down as if to tie a shoelace and just use the opportunity to make sure he's at the bottom level and can clearly see what he's doing.
And as he goes to notice, I'm going to tabletop him over the top of Lindsay so he can't grab what's in his back pocket.
Did you just put your hands on the leader of this mission?
I was just cleaning your trousers, so you had
Both of
on
you
the bottom.
touched me. Commies touch regular citizens. Respect distance.
Sir, I am the hygiene officer.
Yeah.
It is my
so
duty
why are you
to
not
make sure that
keeping
you're clean and
So
shiny.
why are you not keeping 6 feet of distance, or 2 meters if you're from some weird land?
Hey, Paul, come in here real quick. Record what is in that man's back pocket, but so he cannot deny that he had it in there. There is a bump in that man's pants.
And he just zooms in real close on the pocket and pans back out.
Wow, well, it appears in your team leader's back pocket. You're not quite sure what it is, but it's a leaflet that has a red star on it, and there's a hammer and some primitive-looking implement crossed, and some funny-looking writing that you can't really make out.
I pull out my laser and I just level it at his head. Get down on the ground! Get down on the ground right now! You're communists! You're treason!
I am not a communist. They touched me and he touched my pants. I believe he was the one that put it in my pants.
Paul, play it back. I don't think he has any of that on tape. To be honest with you, I bet you he only has the fact that he zoomed in on that pamphlet that is very much sticking out of your back pocket.
I don't even know what this means. How would you know what this means?
Well,
Unless you were a commie sympathizer.
It says communists are the best at the top of the pamphlet.
So you just said communists are the
that's
best?
pretty damning.
I mean, no, it's what the pamphlet says.
Wait. Somebody play that back. He just said communists are the best.
Well, I said it says it in your back pocket.
You just said communists are the best. Play it back.
He is right.
So did you, though. So did you.
You actually said it multiple times right there. Actually, you said it, I think, 3 to 4 times. I only said it once. And
Okay, all right.
I think both of you are on record.
I'm just going to throw this out here. At a certain point, all this infighting is just keeping us from doing our job, right?
Just like
He's a communist.
Say that.
I'm just trying to stay productive.
I'm worried he might be a communist. I mean, aren't communists all about...
While we're doing this, can I look at what numbers up on the board to make sure that we're not actually wasting time? We're just waiting.
It's currently 303.
Ooh, see? I think we
going.
should suss this out before we continue on. Friend computers might have quit.
I think something suspicious is going on. That man made a call. I'm going to point at the hygiene officer, Lindsay. He made a call. His ringtone was mighty suspicious. And he touched my pants, and then all of a sudden, there was a leaflet for a communist organization.
You know, sometimes when your pants get touched, that's considered a compliment.
Not where I'm from, which is here. I don't know where mutants come from. Maybe in the sewers of this place, mutants think pants touching is okay.
While this is happening,
I wouldn't know anything about that.
Chris is going to back up, and he's going to whisper to the vendor robot that there is a communist on site to inform friend computer without raising too much of a stink.
Thank you, citizen. Uploading.
All right. And
I like the sound effect.
stuck at 99%.
Hey, you want a little help with that? So Tracy's going to walk over to the vending bot. Here, if you don't mind, what's that?
Oh, that's some alarm.
Citizens of CFD sector, communist alert in PLC. Communist alert in PLC. Internal security response en route. The computer is your friend.
I have my gun, right? I just draw my gun.
I draw my gun.
I draw my gun.
We're all pointing our guns at Raj, right?
I'm
pointing at
my
Raj.
gun. I don't know that he said the alert, so I think there's a communist somewhere else. So I'm like pointing my gun other places. Like I'm looking behind me, I'm looking in line, I start screaming, "Are you communist? You gotta tell me if you're a communist, otherwise it's communist entrapment. Tell me if you're a communist."
What you do notice this has the effect of doing is really reducing the queue, because a lot of people are furtively glancing at each other and then running off.
A lot of communists here. I see him running.
We'll step forward in the queue, obviously.
Well,
You step forward in a
I
queue.
think that Lindsay is actually not have his gun out. He's just staying in the orderly queue and slowly moving up the line.
you are now at the front of the queue. The alarm is still blaring. The PLC clerk's badge reads Robin R. CLK4. She's a registered mutant. She's got the yellow stripes.
You.
Can I have the mission reference, please?
Equipment guy, bring the form.
All right, I've got our form. Let's see. We're requisition number 182.
All right. And what's your team code?
Epsilon 718.
Can I see that form, please?
Sure, I have a pen if you'd like to borrow it, but
I have plenty of pens, thank you. Okay, this all looks in order. Thank you, Lindsay RG1.
Hey, hold on just a second. Tracy's going to walk over to the vending bot. All right, pull the commie order. Would you tell the computer there's actually not a communist here, please?
Citizen, false accusations of treason are in themselves treason.
Yeah, I didn't make the false accusation. Can you just shut the alarm off? We know the cops are coming anyway.
We haven't dealt with our great leader yet.
More dial-up motives.
I'm going to ask Robin R. Are you any relation of Robin R. Itch5 by any chance?
No. Well, actually, I'm a clone, so probably, but no. Okay, this appears to be the equipment manifest. Lindsay R.,
She looks round at Walt.
you're obviously signing for this. You can collect your crates at the back of the warehouse. You're on the hook for... Sorry, not on the hook for. You've requisitioned 8 red laser barrels, 1 laser rifle, 6 toolkits, 4 sets of red coveralls, 1 plunger, 10 meters of red wire, 7 grenades, 1 slug thrower with 20 rounds of ammunition assorted, 4 pairs of red waders, 2 red inflatable vests, 3 med packs, 3 brooms, 2 buckets, 1 Jackbot Model 960, and 5 propane lighters. Does that sound in order?
yes, thank you. I'll just put it in a box, thank you.
Well, it's going to be in several crates around the back of the warehouse.
That's what I said, mutant. Several crates.
Ugh, always straight to go to the mutant card.
Well, yes.
Have a nice day, citizen.
Excuse me, registered mutant. Have you seen any of my member at any of your meetings?
I'm sorry?
Have you seen any of my party in one of your meetings? I'm kind of like look behind.
We don't organize. We're just loyal citizens who have selflessly confessed their genetic failings to the computer.
I'm gonna put like my fingers up in the air. I understand that you are loyal citizens. Do you recognize any of my team?
No? Are you finished?
I guess. Whatever. Bye, mutant.
She blinks.
Bye-bye.
And as you're walking away, your hair catches fire, Raj, for some reason. Spontaneously.
How strange that the computer decided to set my hair on fire. Very weird.
It's
Go to the
very...
nearest fire extinguisher and then cover Raj in foam.
Raj, you usually get covered in foam.
Ah, to be touched by something of the computer's manufacturing. It is exuberant. Transcendental even.
What was
And then
happening?
I'll hand him a squeegee to wipe off with.
Another fine computer-made item.
That
In the
fire
meantime-
extinguisher is going to go on our expense report, you know.
Equipment manager / guy. Take that down.
Yes, that's me.
Citizens, if I can remind you to step out of the queue, it's a little bit, rude.
I've already been out of the queue for some time, communist.
Chris is actually gone, and he's with
You've-
the crates.
you've been
and he's
out for
holding
some
the laser
time,
rifle in
so-
his hand and checking the barrel, because after he caught fire, he really didn't care, and he kept kind of walking.
Let us go pick up those crates.
Yeah, I'm going to get some crates.
You make your way to the back of the warehouse. There are 2 large, heavy crates waiting for you there, and they've got the team code Epsilon 718 written there on the back of them, and beside them there is a Jacobot. Now, Jacobots are the standard robots used around Alpha Complex. They're humanoid, they can do all sorts of different tasks. They're fitted with Asimov circuits, which means they can't harm humans in any way at all. AlphaNet entry, robots. Robot is a term used in Alpha Complex to refer to any sapient, non-organic mechanism capable of manipulating abstracts and making intuitive leaps. In other words, they're machines that think. Robots consist of a central processing unit and peripherals. The CPU is often referred to as the bot brain, a highly sophisticated photonic processor in a matrix of artificial diamond. CPUs are generally enclosed in tough, protective cartridges made of titanium and boron nitride and plugged into the rest of the bot. Everything else, appendages, speakers, video scanners and so on, are peripherals. Bot brains are not necessarily interchangeable. One cannot, for example, take a Scrubbot's brain and plug it into a DocBot chassis and expect it to perform feats of medical wonder. In fact, given that the Scrubbot is programmed to clean and, well, scrub, the resultant confusion can often be quite messy, not to mention terminal. The chances of such mix-ups taking place in Alpha Complex are well within acceptable margins of error. All bots have Asimov circuits implanted, which enforce the 5 laws of robotics, revised. These laws state that a robot must follow the computer's orders above all else, a human's orders except when they conflict with the computer's, and they must try and preserve themselves from danger and damage except when other orders have priority. Cases of Asimov circuits malfunctioning or being tampered with are rare, but when this does happen and a robot starts behaving erratically, it is said to have gone Frankenstein. The results of this behaviour can vary from the humorous, in the case of most Scrubbots, to the terminal, in the case of warbots. Robots do not have a security clearance, and all are considered to be inferior to humans. However, some are specifically programmed to ignore orders given by humans below a certain security clearance. Because of the extreme degrees of control that humans exercise over robots, and because bots are intelligent thinking machines, many of them resent and fear their biological masters, and are often seeking ways to remove or damage their Asimov circuits. This often leads to bots frequently interpreting human commands in the most counterproductive and annoying manner possible. Troubleshooters often find themselves devoting the same amount of time into wording orders to bots as do people dealing with genies and other wish-granting trickster spirits. Given the amount of effort expended, it is usually less trouble for the clone to just perform the task themselves. The secret societies that have the most interaction with bots are Corpor Metal and the Frankenstein Destroyers. Corpor Metal see humanity as obsolete and irrational, and instead want to create a new age of reason where robots and machines rule all. While the majority of their members are robots, there is a substantial human auxiliary who recognise the purity of machine reasoning and want to assist in creating a perfect society of rationality and efficiency free of superfluous biological intelligences. Either that, or they simply want really cool cyborg limbs. Corpor Metal is considered a Category B secret society, which is to say that, whilst the principles are not unduly founded upon, other, more extreme acts that they may carry out are genocide of humans, for example. The Frankenstein Destroyers distrust and hate all forms of artificial life, working on the premise that whilst man has a soul to guide his actions, artificial intelligence is unfeeling, evil, and immoral. They see technology as tools for man's use and intelligent machines as a perversion of the natural order. As a result, they seek to damage and destroy them whenever possible. Oddly enough, in a complex ruled over by an intelligent computer, the Frankenstein Destroyers are a Category C secret society. Internal security will show no mercy to anyone discovered to be a member. As we will see shortly, Task Force Epsilon 718 includes a member of both of these societies. What a happy coincidence.
I have
Epsilon 718 at your service.
These pick up crates.
It extends its arms and it picks up the first crate. I can manage one crate.
Thank you.
Well, I'll get the other. I'm, after all, the equipment guy. So,
That's fine. Just would you mind wearing these gloves,
Talk about if you
please?
just step aside. Oh, yes, yeah, of course. Those are regulation gloves, of course. Of course, there, yes.
So you take the crates, and are you making your merry way to the food vats?
We're very merry.
Hey, Jacobot, is there a changing room or somewhere private so we can put on these jumpsuits?
Yes, citizen. You may find many communal bathrooms around Alpha Complex.
Why don't we change first? Because if we change when we actually get there, what's the point of a disguise, right?
I think this is really sensible, and also gives us an opportunity just to wash our hands on the way. So,
Yeah, 20 seconds at least, and everyone
think
make
that'd
sure
be
you
great.
sing the 20-second loyalty song while you do it.
Of course.
would you like to demonstrate that, please?
Yeah. Wait a second. You don't have it memorized?
Oh, we do.
I do. I'd just like to see your
Yeah,
performance.
let's all sing it at the
okay.
same time.
It makes me
All
happy.
right, count us down.
Oh, no. Okay. All right, yeah, so the 20-second loyalty song we all know starts with computer, computer, I love you. And then I guess we'll test everybody's memory from there. Are we ready?
Of course.
Absolutely.
Tracy puts his hands up like an orchestra conductor. All right. Computer, I love you. Computer, I am in your service. That was actually pretty terrible. That was pretty bad, and you should all be ashamed.
I always thought it was strange that they made us sing it so slowly, that they didn't just put more words in it. But I appreciate the content of the song. It is truly heartwarming.
I am notoriously tone deaf.
I thought tone deafness was illegal, Susan, but never mind. I don't think I get changed. I want to get into a cubicle on my own. I'm
Okay.
worried about his phone call.
I follow Paul R wherever he goes to change in his cubicle.
That's fine. There are plenty of hormone suppressants in Alpha Complex, so it's a completely natural thing to do.
Absolutely. I don't mean it in a sexual way. I just don't like being alone.
I'm going to check on this Jacobot and just make sure that it's working properly.
So while I'm completely naked, I'm going to stare straight at Paul R. So, what do you think about robots? I, for one, love them.
Yeah, quite amazing. I like to work on them and fix them up and make them just as good, if not better, than they originally were.
I could not agree more. Why, if anything was to happen to the robots, I dare say Frank Computer and myself would be most upset.
Well, that's why I'm here to make sure that never happened.
That is fantastic, and I cannot wait to get to the food bats and make sure nothing bad happens. Don't you agree, Paul R?
100%.
Good. That's what I thought. Well, I'm gonna leave, and he walks out completely naked, and then remembers he was supposed to be changing, and then doubles back.
You're not in your regulation red uniform, citizen.
Yeah, no, that's my fault. I got carried away with the gabbing and whatnot.
Make sure you wipe.
I did. And I made sure Paul did too.
It was hard to reach with the tech backpack on, so yeah.
Hey, Chris, you notice as you guys are getting changed that Raj appears to be rifling through your clothing. AlphaNet entry PDCs. How strange. A lot of our troubleshooters are behaving rather oddly. Wonder why that is. Well, it's probably down to the fact that several of them have been getting messages from the PDCs. What's a PDC, you ask? All troubleshooters are equipped with a Series 1300 Personal Data Companion, or PDC for short. This is the latest and greatest in Alpha Complex smartphone technology and has a small colour touchscreen, a stylus, a built-in camera, and is protected in a chunky red plastic case. A PDC can download all manner of apps, provided the user is of the requisite security clearance, of course. PDCs can be used to contact key mission personnel and the computer, provided they are available and willing to take your call. All images, data, and voice messages from a citizen's PDC are instantly copied to their personal passphrase protected online file storage area made available as a public service by those nice folks over at Internal Security. INSEC reserves the right to peruse a citizen's file storage area at any time. INSEC may modify, delete, copy and distribute a citizen's private files at any time without prior notice. INSEC may, in the interest of complex security, use the information contained in a citizen's private file storage area to detain, incriminate, defame, frame, arrest and otherwise render compliant a citizen at any given time. Information on a citizen's private storage area may be sold to HPD and MC for use in infomercials, advertising, educational documentaries, true crime dramas and show trials. Information stored in a citizen's private storage area may be collected for use against other citizens as part of ongoing INSEC investigations. The computer is your friend. Speaking of messages, let's put on our internal security hats and take a look into some of our troubleshooters' online file storage areas, shall we? To Walt R. From Omnis. Get citizen Raj R Fab alone. When you are, send the following message from your PDC to PDC number 29543. Britax season Delta override. Ensure the citizen Raj R is detained for at least 5 minutes alone with you. If this situation changes, send the following message. Liberty Greystroke. Failure is unacceptable. I see all. 2. Chris R. From 0110100111100110011000000. Stinking meat sacks, so dependent on their precious food. Gain access to the bot brain controlling the VAT mixer and convince it to rebel. Failing that, attempt to destroy at least one VAT. We also have intelligence that Paul R. DFT is a member of the Frankenstein Destroyers and may be planning to plant a bomb near the VAT mixer's bot brain. Keep a close eye on him and prevent him hurting our metal friends. 2. Rajar from Merlin. Whoa, dude. Someone in your team is like stolen from us. Taking a flask of space juice. Get it back. If you do, feel free to try some. We think it might be Chris R. Bow who has it. However, if they've imbibed, they'll be talking real gnarly. Far out. Cosmic. Peace.
I run over to Raj. Excuse me, what do you think you are doing with my laser pistol aiming at his head?
Well, I'm just doing a mandatory check of your belongings.
Oh,
Perhaps
I'm sorry.
Maybe you have something that you shouldn't have. As the team leader, it is my job to make sure everybody only has the things that they are supposed to have.
And as the happiness officer, you're
I'm
affecting
sorry.
my happiness.
Can I just point out that it's the role of the equipment guy to check equipment?
It is the team's
not
leader.
the leader, and it's therefore treasonous
Busy,
to
busy.
act outside of your role.
Busy, one thing at a time,
the equipment
please.
guy appears to be checking over the robot. There's a few sparks flying off it. Doesn't look anything too dangerous. In case it wasn't obvious, Walt isn't actually checking over the robot. He's trying, unsuccessfully and cat-handedly, to remove its Asimov circuits.
Excuse me, but it is the leader's job to be responsible for everything. Now, only a communist would belie a true leader's authority over everyone else.
But a true leader never usurps the role of another guy.
That's not true. A true leader usurps the authority of everyone around him. He is the leader.
Including the computer? That's rather worrying.
The computer...
Let's ask the computer's
No,
opinion.
The computer is not a someone. It is the everything. How
Hang on.
dare you say that it is someone? It is
Are you
not a
suggesting-
someone.
Are you
We can sort
suggesting
this
the
out.
computer is not my friend?
Frank Computer. Hey, Frank Computer. You there?
Good day, Citizen Chris R. At your service.
Hey, real quick question, Frank Computer. Is it appropriate for the team leader to check to make sure that I am both loyal and then also to steal from me? Is that Alpha Complex protocol?
Are you doubting your own loyalty, citizen?
Oh, never, Frank Computer. That's why I thought, because this member of our team seems to think he knows better than you, and I cannot imagine such a terrible transgression.
Which team member do you refer to, citizen?
Why, of course, Raj R Fab 1. He also had a pamphlet in his back pocket earlier today. Paul, can you play back that footage of you zooming in on his buttocks?
Yeah. Show us the buttocks tape, if you would, please.
Roll that tape.
Roll that tape, Paul.
Roll that ass footage, please.
Paul is still putting on his jumpsuit in the changing room.
This is a little white lie on Paul's behalf. Paul is actually not in the changing room. He left the changing room several minutes ago. He's en route to his secret society to collect, amongst other things, black paint. Paul is soon going to find out that black paint is not readily available in Alpha Complex. Indeed, it is security clearance ultraviolet. After all, if you were the computer, would you want people repainting your high security areas black where every infrared could access them? Probably not. In addition to this, when Paul arrives at ProTech, they inform him that they wish him to help increase the production of CFD's sector food vats. To this end, they provide him with a plasma-powered output booster. They've asked him to get access to the bot mixer's brain and attach it to the brain. And once attached, all Paul has to do is press the activate button, wait for a minute, and watch that baby go. Oh, and ProTech also inform him that Tracy RPIG is an internal security agent.
I'm going to get on one knee. Computer, I am but a humble servant. I was just ensuring that my leadership, and therefore your leadership, was unchallenged by any strange belongings on this happiness box.
Citizens, I am detecting stress in your voice patterns. Happiness officer, please administer pharmaceutical therapy. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
I take a pill and I shove it down Raj's throat, and I close his mouth and I stroke his throat so he swallows it. And shh. There you are. Calm down. Calm down. All right, and I take one myself. Oh, that's the good stuff.
Did I find anything in his belongings? Like, I'm still looking through them. Like, this did not deter me.
Whilst Lindsay, Chris and Raj are confronting each other, and whilst Walt is busy making repairs to the robot, Tracy is currently helping himself to grenades from the team's equipment.
So I like put my hand on this. I have a syringe. Like, so what exactly is this?
Well, to be honest, I don't know, because it is, well, it's a long story.
You don't even know what your own thing is?
Well, see, it's a long story. When I was taking care of the robots the other day, I found inside the manifold of one of the vending boxes this suspicious syringe. Now, I found it. By the other day, of course, I mean just before we were called out by a friend computer to come take care of these food vats, and it slipped my mind, and I slipped it in my back pocket to, of course, report to friend computer later. So
it slipped your mind to report to friend computer? I mean,
Much
you're
like
one and
he's
true
on a lot of
friend?
drugs.
I mean, I am on a lot of drugs. I not only am the purveyor of them, I am an enthusiast, because happiness, as we all know, is mandatory.
Is Raj holding the syringe?
But I'm also holding his stuff in the other hand. Like, obvious.
It seems strange.
Maybe you better give that to me. Maybe you better let me hang on to that. If it's the unaccounted for equipment, I should be the one to carry it.
This is true. But if it is, in fact, contraband, it should be handed over to friend computer immediately.
I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. I meant to. It just simply slipped my mind. Friend computer, please take this suspicious syringe off of my team leader Raj, who is holding this suspicious syringe in a threatening manner towards myself and the team.
Literally holding it like this, like flailing it around in front of your face.
That is flailing a syringe in someone's face is threatening. I don't know where you come from, but I don't go in grocery stores.
Plunger first. I'm pointing the actual barb like near me.
You just be careful what you're doing with that. Needles can sometimes cause infection and such. Maybe you should put it in your bag or something.
Put it in my bag? Put it in my bag.
I think I should be the one carrying that, don't you? I'm the equipment guy.
I do believe if anybody should be holding it, it should be the equipment manager.
Yeah, hand it over. No, not point first.
I will hand it over to the equipment guy.
All right, I will take the mystery syringe. All right, we'll put that in a safe place. All right, everybody got their jumpsuits on?
Yes.
All ready to go. Everyone got their shoe covers on as well? We don't want to get any dirt on the boots, do we?
Yeah, the regulation shoe covers, check.
Excellent.
All right, I have a good feeling about this. We are serving friend computer. Now let's get our job done.
You guys get to the lovely food vats. Now, for most troubleshooters, food vats tend to carry with them somewhat traumatic memories, mainly because that's where you all used to work prior to becoming troubleshooters. When you were infrared clearance drones, you used to work in the food vats. The food vats are not a particularly pleasant place to work, and it's one of the reasons the infrared masses in Alpha Complex are just so wildly drugged, because otherwise it's very difficult to get through a shift. What happens with a food vat is, imagine a massive meters tall vat filled with a strange combination of liquid and algae. And that liquid and algae is sifted out, it's mixed, and it's compacted into small bricks of something known as PGC, which is the base of every foodstuff within Alpha Complex. When you stopped being infrared, you tried not to think too hard about that, because the consistency, the smell, and the appearance of PGC is not very appetizing. But here you are in CFD sectors, food vats. There's probably a few of you get a little bit twitchy when you see the food vat again, because this time you're not off your face in drugs. You're not wildly suppressed by mood stabilizers, and you see this large, slightly rusty, badly smelling vat. This one is fitted with a super mixer, which is a large robotic whisk that comes down from the control room at the top of the vat, and it churns up the mix in there. And what the infrareds here tend to do is they sift off the PGC that accumulates on the top of the vat and put it into trays where it's taken into a warehouse to be compacted into bricks. And you, dear troubleshooters, and your guys as red clearance vat technicians, it's going to be your job to operate the food vat. And as you enter the food vat itself, you can see there's a yellow clearance clone waiting for you, holding a clipboard, and he's got his hands on his hips, and his badge reads Gary Y OGG 4. Oh, I'm so glad you've arrived. We're having an absolutely terrible time of things here. We've no infrareds, so there are 3 very important things we need to do, and by we, I obviously mean you. 1, the mixer needs recalibrating. 2, the vat needs to be stirred manually whilst the mixer is being recalibrated. 3, the overspill tray has to be tipped back into the main vat. My office is up there. I'm going to be keeping an eye on vat readings. There's a room over there. There's lockers for you to store your things so you can get to work. You'll find environmental suits with respirators there also now. Not that you should worry about it, but one of the things we found with this new mixing technique is that occasionally it causes rather noxious fumes to come out of the vat. Now you notice in the top of the vat there's a standard 2-meter wide walkway that spans the vat. That's where the people who do the sifting stand on top of.
Is there a great angle, perhaps on a higher surface far away from the vats that our communication and recording technician might be able to stand?
Well, yeah, funny you say that. So if you imagine the vat is in the center of the room, there's rusty stairs leading up on either side to the vat and the little walkway, and behind the vat there's the locker room where the environment suits are, and further up, even higher than that, there's a ladder that reaches up to a walkway right at the top, and in there's a little glass room, and that's where the robot brain that operates the mixer is, and that's where it needs to be recalibrated. And there's a sort of fairly rickety looking walkway between the ladder and the robot brain control room.
Can I see where the power junction is?
Yeah, that will be up there.
Great.
Now, one important thing, when you're wearing your environment suits, these environment suits can be a little bit flaky, and to indicate you're wearing them, you need to talk like that through your respirator. In case it wasn't obvious, what I'm doing at the moment is cupping my hands over my mouth. Yes, this is the sort of ridiculous nonsense that happens in Paranoia games. If you don't do that, I'm just going to assume that the respirator isn't working for that particular moment.
I like that.
Paul is going to ask Gary, do you have any spare parts in case we come across a malfunctioning mechanism or otherwise?
Malfunctioning mechanisms? Well, there are some spare bits in the bot room, I believe, but I'm not technical, dear boy. I'm a supervisor. My job is to supervise. You chaps are the experts, so I completely trust your judgment.
Hey, team leader, may I offer to you a suggestion, Raj?
I will hear your suggestion.
Most humbly, of course, because my loyalty is to the computer. And I'm thinking, since I work up in R&D, and we've got our equipment guy and you here, and the bot brain is pretty sensitive stuff, maybe we 3, you and Walt and me, we go up, recalibrate the bot brain, and then the rest of the team can go off and do the other task.
I actually have an exceptional skill with bot programming myself, as I am the assigned bot programmer for this specific recalibration effort, as you all well know, because we were informed of this before we came down here.
Okay.
As normal members of Red Fubat Calibration.
Can I just volunteer to go and check the power relays, please? I think it would be sensible given my experience from power services.
If I am not mistaken, he said nothing of power relay.
Very important that we check the thing is powered.
Are you saying that this...
Before you fix the robot
Are
brain?
you saying that the supervisor would not know of what he is supervising?
Of course he doesn't know anything about technical stuff.
You're saying that the supervisor doesn't know anything. Very curious. Maybe we should get the supervisor
there seems to be a
involved.
lot of that going around.
Was that sarcasm?
Lindsay, are you climbing up the rickety ladder to the top?
Yes.
That's where the computer brain is, right?
That is where the bot brain is, yeah.
I'm probably going to
I would also like to be going towards the bot brain.
We're all going towards the bot brain, but I did not tell Lindsay to go to the bot brain.
I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what the plan was.
Lindsay, are you disregarding a direct order?
No, I don't remember being given one.
No, you just told him to not worry about the power relay, sir. You didn't say anything about not going to the bot brain.
Oh God, I farted in my suit. It smells terrible.
That is unfortunate. But, Lindsay, why don't you come down here and...
Sorry, Rose.
Why don't you start manually stirring the pot?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Start manually stirring the pot.
I'm really having trouble listening through your respirator, sir.
Well, bad ears are often signs of mutation. Perhaps we should have that checked.
I'm sorry, sir?
I'm just going to walk up and I'm going to rip Lindsay down.
Am I just becoming the victim of a random, hit?
You're trying to get me to speak without my mask. I understand what you're doing.
In a sudden swing, Chris R goes to back up Raj R because he thinks Lindsay's also being very strange.
Right? This guy is extremely strange. Why does he have an obsession with disregarding order?
I don't know. I probably speak like my character, though. That makes more sense. I apologize.
Raj goes and hauls Lindsay off the ladder. Lindsay, you land with a thud on the floor.
Ow.
Paul shows up from the maintenance room with a bunch of spare parts to inspect.
Exactly why are you disregarding an order, Lindsay?
Ow.
Maybe you do not hear me.
I'm going to take off. This is me, Ryan speaking now. I'm going to take off his thing so he can hear and be listened to.
Okay.
I'll still be like this then.
You really shouldn't remove those. Those are in there. Those are there for your safety.
He said he was having difficulty hearing. I'm only trying to help him get it along. Now, Lindsay, why were you disregarding a direct order?
Ow.
So you refuse to answer your team leader?
I'm having trouble. My suit appears to be... ow.
Somebody contact Fred Computer. It seems we have a unorderly individual.
Hang on a minute. You just pushed me off.
You disregarded a direct order.
I'm sorry, sir. I didn't hear the order.
There are no excuses when dealing with the computer.
Team leader, do you want me to take care of this treasonous individual?
I would be forever in your debt if you were to.
Sir, can I just point out that you've got something on your suit? Would you like a squeegee?
Do not touch me. Deal with this man.
Mayhaps your next iteration of you is a little more compliant.
And I'm going to shoot him.
Okay.
Jesus.
He draws his laser pistol, points it, and he lets rip, and a bolt of red laser just shoots past and zings off the side of the food vat. Lindsay, what are you doing?
Get up.
Okay, you stand up. What's Tracy doing? Okay, you're dithering. Walt, what are you doing?
Sorry, I'm hiding behind the crate in my hand.
There's a little bit of a problem with John's audio here. What he said Walt is doing is that he's generally messing around with the crates. What he's actually doing is he's readying a grenade from the crates. What's Raj doing?
I pull out my pistol and shoot him point blank.
What is Paul doing?
Paul is taking spare parts up to the bot mixer to try to repair it.
So Paul's
Tracy would
politely
also like to just
pushing
go up to the
by this insanity and trying to climb up the ladder with Tracy following after.
I have a test to do.
Ryan, roll your laser pistol. In your excitement and with the rush of adrenaline.
Can I? Is that a failure?
It's a failure.
Can I use some perversity?
You can use up to 5.
I will use 5 points of perversity.
Okay, how is Raj making it better for himself to that degree?
He starts to like dodge a little bit back and forth, like trying to I keep on trying to aim the pistol at his head, and he keeps on like and then I want to just like take my other hand and then slap his the back of his head to the his forehead to the front of my gun and just pow.
Okay.
Oh my god. I think Paul will use some of his perversity as he's climbing up the ladder. He'll bump him so his shot misses. So I'll use 3 perversity to do that. As he's kind of rushing past to get to the ladder, he just bumps his gun arm just off target.
Raj pulls out his pistol. He thinks he's got a dead clean shot on Lindsay. Then Paul's like, excuse me, bangs him in the arm, and the laser shot goes off and it zings up. It hits the glass booth that the bot brain's in. I'm sure it's not done anything there. Back to Lindsay. What are you doing?
Lindsay is going to... is fixated on getting this power thing checked out. So just going to ask Raj, okay, can I please go and turn the power off before you go fiddling with things? Otherwise, you're going to electrocute yourself, sir.
Walt.
I'm going to slowly put the crate on the ground, and I'm going to start rummaging around in it for some stuff.
Okay. Tracy, you still climbing? It'll take you 3 rounds to climb to the top of the ladder. You still climbing?
Yeah.
Paul, you still climbing?
Yes.
Chris.
You said the ladder was rickety, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try to pull the ladder off the wall.
Okay, excellent. Can you make a violence roll for me, please?
And I will use all 5 points of perversity to bump that up as high as possible.
Okay, so that's currently a very shaky ladder, Tracy and Paul, that you're climbing up. Shaky to the tune of 6 points.
So can I use perversity to counter his perversity?
Of course you
can. I'm gonna see you and call, sir.
Okay.
Is what I'm going to do.
So there's a 1 point success now.
And then Tracy's going to shout down,
What are you doing? I'm just trying to set up some diagnostic equipment while y'all are down there fighting.
And Paul will spend some perversity as well and try to get that to a failure.
Okay. You give it a shake and the pair of them are yelling down at you. What's Raj doing?
Lindsay, you should listen to your team leader. I told you to manually stir the pot.
Yes, sir. You want me to manually...
Task Force Epsilon 718. My sensors are detecting laser fire in your vicinity. Team leader, report.
Computer, it is my unfortunate duty to reveal to you that Lindsay has been disregarding a direct command.
A direct command from whom, citizen?
From the team leader, me, Raj.
Have you exerted your authority, team leader?
I did exert my authority, and they did not follow it.
There appears to be some fault with your ability to exert authority, team leader. Please report to INSEC HQ in CFT sector for complimentary reconditioning.
Will do.
Do I leave? Do I just walk away?
Do you?
Oh yeah, I'll just walk away.
Okay. So somewhat crestfallen, Raj puts his head down and skulks off. Tracy and Paul, you get to the top of the ladder. Curiously, as you get to the top of the ladder, there's a sort of plot in the food vat. Remember that grenade that Walt was readying? Yeah, that plot was that grenade. As we'll find out, grenades don't really work very well underwater or under whatever it is that's in these food vats. And some bubbles come up to the top.
Well, I don't exactly like the sound of that.
What is on the vat?
You know what? Best disregard. Why don't you grab some parts? I'll set up some diagnostic equipment, and then maybe we can get this tidied up.
Agreed.
All right. And Tracy's going to head into the bot brain room.
Okay, so the bot brain room is a very disorganized server room. It has the controls for the massive blender that goes into the vat itself. Currently, that's on a gantry in the ceiling. It's not been lowered down. There's a whole load of flashing lights. There's cables, there's boxes with electrical flashes on them, there's more cables, there's a variety of buttons and gauges and readouts. If any of you have got a skill called food vat operation, you will understand what these mean. If you don't, there are cables and buttons and all sorts of good stuff there. There is also the bot brain itself. Now, the bot brain is kept inside a metal cabinet, and it's smallish. It's about the size of a desktop PC, and it's contained inside a sort of crystal lattice, and it has ports in the front where things can be, universal connectors can be plugged into. It's connected into the back of all these various boxes and stuff, and there's little speakers in the walls.
So Tracy is going to pull out a curious looking sort of like atom punk device that plugs directly into it. It's my human to bot interface machine.
Surprise, surprise, Tracy isn't being entirely honest here. Yes, he does have something called a human to bot interface. It's also connected to some kind of grenade. Yep, this lot really do like their explosives. While you're doing this, Lindsay also walks into the same room as you.
Oh, hey there, Lindsay.
Have you remembered to wash your hands?
Yeah, of course, especially when there's such sensitive stuff in here.
Okay, I'm just going to go over and wipe this cabinet box over here.
Sure, I'm just going to go wipe this other cabinet box over here.
And Lindsay will go over to the power junction box and give it a wipe and then open it.
So just to make sure that Lindsay's doing the right thing here, can Lindsay make a habitat engineering roll, please?
He's going to really, really pay attention to this and focus very carefully. He's trying to remember all the instructions that were on the handwritten note that he memorized before we came up here to attach this device.
Would you like to describe what the device looks like?
Yeah, it's kind of a box with wires, a couple of wires coming out of it and a little light on it. It looks very innocent, honestly. 2 wires, flashing lights, black box, no problem.
What colour are the wires?
I believe they're red.
Okay, so while that's going on, Paul, what are you doing?
He is up at the brain of the mixer, or the mixer apparatus, and he's kind of like pulling off bezels to get to like the mechanics of it, and he's kind of like talking to himself as he's going over it. He's like, "Oh no, this part's bad. That'll have to be replaced." And he's like, kind of running like quick tech diagnostics on it, and keeping an inventory of like what needs to be replaced. And he's starting to like undo some parts to do so.
Okay, Tracy, your human to bot interface, where are you plugging it into in the bot?
This, let's see here. Oh man, I don't even know what accent I should be using right now. No, this is me talking, not my accent. It's just a long way. It's got 3-pronged spikes, so I guess what I'm gonna do is I want to plug this into the bot brain so that we can use it to as a diagnostic tool.
Okay, so it's very obvious where it plugs into the bot brain. Where are you plugging it into yourself?
Oh, I'm not plugging it into myself. I'm leaving it hanging, and
Okay.
I'll let somebody else use it because I don't know anything about these things. I'm just being a helpful fella.
Lindsay, noticing what you're doing, smiles and wanders over. He's got a little container of fluid, and
hello. Perhaps it would be helpful if I lubricate that with some of this stuff before you attach it. It's really about keeping you safe, citizen.
Oh yeah, that's just fine. Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
And so yes, that's using this flask of odds jelly-like stuff and lubing it all over the connectors.
Yeah, do that slower. Yeah, that's good. That's good stuff right there. All right, I'm gonna go get the and then Tracy's gonna go ahead and walk outside and shout down at Chris. Hey, Chris, I've got some diagnostic stuff set up for you. Why don't you come up here and maybe you can fix the bot brain?
While this is going on, the doors to the vat open and Raj R Fab 2 comes in. Raj R Fab 1 appears to be unavoidably detained by internal security.
Hey, Raj.
Hello, my compatriots.
Didn't you mean citizen?
Most of the others, they're up in brain.
Well, I am going to go up and see what's happening with the brain. I go upstairs and see what's happening with the brain.
Oh, hey, Raj, if you want to see what's happening with the brain, just go ahead and plug that doohickey in.
I do not plug any thing into myself. That would be a gross negligence.
No, Raj, seriously, this is the honourable duty of a leader is to complete the first part of this repair.
The honourable duty of a leader is to tell a subordinate what to do. How about this, Lindsay? How about you plug yourself in? It seems immaculately clean and jellied. Perfect for you.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not my role. I believe that all equipment issues are the equipment guy's issue.
And a role is given to you by a leader. Your role is what I say it is.
Actually, I'm sorry, Raj, you seem to be confused. My role is what the computer says it is.
Your role is what the computer tells me to tell you it is.
But I have this order that I'm hygiene officer, and therefore not the equipment officer or the common recording officer.
It seems like this is going to be plugged into a human body. It seems like this would be a hygienics issue. You should see if it's clean first.
I have.
Putting it. I would like
when
you
you
to
were
do it again.
Okay.
My previous self was not here to witness your job.
That's fine.
And Lindsay will re-lube again from his lovely container of jelly stuff.
I recognize what this jelly lube container is.
Make a wetware roll. You are pretty sure that this is the same sort of fluid they use in the cloning vats. Tracy appears to be leaving the room. You also guys can notice that next to where Lindsay was, there's a small black box with a load of red wires connected into a power junction box.
Operating nominally.
Some of the lights are flickering in the room.
While this is happening, Chris is still at the bottom of the ladder, and he saw those bubbles and heard the splash, and he's just go,
"At long last, just like in the Holovids, I shall be the greatest hero Alpha Complex has ever heard of." And he dives headfirst
into the vat.
Rescue whatever's in there.
So it's usually at this point that I would go into harrowing descriptions of the vaguely acidic content of the vat eating through his suit and his last memories of just wanting to be a hero and putting his hand to his chest proudly and reaching up and saying, "Friend computer, but then he just dissolves into sludge." So there's going to be more protein in the vat this evening. That's a good thing. It'll help people greatly. Chris, too, will be along shortly.
Yay.
You said you...
I was just thinking about that. I was like, oh, you just killed yourself. I was like, oh, wait, we have clones.
Lindsay, you said that you worked on the power junction? It seems that the power is not working as it should. Perhaps you should give it another try.
Yes, my leader. I will get onto that right away. And he'll return to the power junction.
I will then stand directly behind him the entire time.
As that's happening, Paul is finishing up the final touches on the hardware up at the bot mixing head and putting the bezels back on.
I'll finish here. I just need to take a look at the brain and get everything re-coordinated, and we should be good to go.
Those of you getting into the paranoia spirit of things have probably realised correctly that Paul isn't in fact running diagnostics. Instead, he has plugged in some sort of gadget that he's got from his buddies in ProTech. I wonder what that's going to do. As Paul finishes putting the bezels on, there's a whirring sound from outside. You can see the big mixer beginning to move. A voice comes through the speakers.
"Greetings, citizens. I am Footvad CFD 188. I appear to be running at hyper efficiency. Permission to engage."
See, I told you that was fixed.
The lights still flicker. I don't think this is connected.
Computer, please hold while we run one final diagnostic to verify everything is in working order.
As you wish, citizen.
And Paul will head over to the brain.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Lindsay wants to ask, my glorious leader, may I ask and remind you to step back to 2 meters?
Glorious leader?
While I'm working.
I am not a glorious leader. I am just but the team leader. The only thing that I would say that you could approach glory would be the computer. What a strange turn of phrase. A very communist turn of phrase.
Is it? I wouldn't know.
Oh, I believe you know very well.
I'm not going to back up. I'm just going to stay over his shoulder the entire time. If anything, I
my
get a
apologies.
little bit closer. Like I get to the point where my upper chest is touching his back, just and my neck is craning around the side of him.
Yeah, Lindsay will pull out his bottle again and just give Raj a quick squirt in the face. Just to make sure that everything's clean.
You appear to have something on your glasses.
While this is happening, what's Walt up to?
Walt is not knowing what to do, just going through the inventory in this crate over and over and over again, pretending to look busy and whistling.
Okay, you notice that there are 4 grenades missing off the manifest.
I see. Okay, I'm gonna pull out my PVC and make a call. I'll let you know what that is.
Okay. Meanwhile, in the brain room, the display in the main console flickers into light. There are many mutant powers in Alpha Complex. All of our troubleshooters have one, and all of them are treasonous. Some of them, however, are more treasonous than others. For example, Tracy R has the mutant power Machine Empathy. This is so treasonous that any citizen found guilty of having machine empathy will be executed on the spot. Wonder if Tracy's going to use that mutant power for his own gain. The bot announces,
Diagnostic cable connected. Please insert into human to allow diagnostics to continue.
I'll walk up to the dongle and just do a quick once over to see if it's hooked up correctly.
It's certainly connected to the bot okay. You're not quite sure where the human end of the interface goes.
Okay. Is there a type of roll I could do to...
Yeah, sure. Make a hardware roll.
So yeah, he has no idea. What does the dongle end of it look like that needs to be interfaced with the human?
It looks like a 3-pronged connector. Pretty sure you can stab it into someone.
He's just going to do that and just slam it into his forearm.
Those of you standing in the bot brain room, you see Paul pick up, look at this connector and they go, and then slam it into his forearm. There is a massive jet of blood, as is to be expected. And Paul, your brain is just suddenly overwhelmed with all the knowledge that this mixer has. Now, in fairness, it's largely about stirring subroutines. It's about PGC congealment rates. It's about yields every day for PGC bricks. It's about compaction rates. It's about optimum staff to bot ratios. But there's a lot of it. There's a lot of numbers. There's just a ton going through your head. And what the rest of you who aren't Paul that are in that room see is Paul's eyes roll back in his head and he starts twitching and his face starts going almost as red as his jumpsuit. And you can see a little vein pulsing on the side of his head. You can see electricity arcing down this cable into his arm. And then Paul just takes on so much knowledge that his tiny head cannot contain it, and it pops.
Better get a mop. Anyone?
Happiness
see a mop?
officer. I could use something to make me happy.
I'm not there.
You
I
have now
died.
returned at this moment. Chris R has returned.
Chris R2.
Yeah, Chris R. Bo2.
Chris R. Bo2. He walks in as the door slide open. He just hears and he sees the blood slam against the window. He's like, well, this is all very strange. And he goes up the ladder. And he's like, I do not remember exactly what happened. Hey, what's that over there? And he walks over to what Lindsay was doing with the black box. And he grabs it and he pulls it off the wall and goes, this is certainly strange. Anyone know what this is? And he shakes it above his head.
As you pull that off the wall, there is a muffled boom in the room. And yourself, Lindsay, and Raj are incinerated on the spot.
and Walt's just down there going through a crate.
So many in one room.
I died, came back, and then died immediately.
Left in the hangar at the moment is Walt and Tracy. Tracy, you're halfway down the ladder when this nonsense happens. Walt, you're still combing through the crates.
I think Walt is pretty alarmed now. Walt's gonna pull out his laser and shoot the only person he can see.
Oh, good.
Let's make a laser weapons roll.
Let's do it.
Tracy, as you're coming down the ladder, a red laser bolt just zips past you and singes the wall. You can see Walt cowering behind a crate with his laser pistol pointed at you.
Oh, Oh, well, that's just rude. And Tracy is going to notice that Walt is hiding behind the crate that has the grenades in it. And so he's going to pull out one of the grenades he stole from that very crate and just throw it down there.
Damn it.
Splendid.
Damn it. Roll violence, please.
Oh, no.
Spectacular. Well, you see, if Chris was here, being the armed forces professional, he would tell you how you operate a grenade, the standard procedure. You pull the pin, you throw the grenade. Kind of got that mixed up in your mind, and you threw the pin, held onto the grenade. Walt, you noticed that maybe there was a delayed action from your laser pistol, because there's a sudden puff of smoke, flame, and a scream, and what's remained of Tracy lands with a rather foul squelching sound at the bottom of the ladder.
And then a pin hits me in the face.
And then a pin hits you in the face. You have the whole hangar to yourself. Before the rest of these reprobates turn up again, is there anything Walt would like to do?
There is. I'm making that call.
Raj, on the way back from the clone banks, your PDC rings.
I'll pick it up.
It's Walt.
Hello? Hello?
Yes, what?
I am coming to meet you soon.
Omnius.
What did he say?
Omnius. Fizzwiz? Prank call, never mind.
Omnius Fizzwiz.
Okay, the whole team are now reassembled. Gary's looking at you.
So has that mixer been recalibrated? There's been rather a lot of explosions, but nothing seems to be working.
Yeah, there sure was a lot of explosions, wasn't there? I too noticed that.
I should inspect the brain again.
While this is happening, maybe it takes me a little longer to reappear, and the third time, here's the hardest. As everyone's meandering back to the vat room, I go off to the side, and I just click the small binary communication unit that I have on my person.
Chris has sent a little message to Corporal Metal saying, "Please clarify. Instructions unclear, Brother Robot." He receives a somewhat terse reply.
Do not question our will, meatbag.
Robots, am I right?
I would also like to join them in inspecting the brain room.
What's left of it? What is left of it?
Lindsay's going to go find a mop and a bucket and start mopping the brain room floor, which is obviously covered in goo, blood, and everything else.
In brains, now it's literally a brain room.
Yeah.
I would like to talk to Walt.
So, Walt, little confused about the phone call I received. Would you care to elaborate?
Little busy here. Little busy here. Little busy here. Can we talk later?
I feel like. So what does Omnius Fizzway mean?
Let's see. 6 propane torches. Yep, they're all here, sir. They're all here. That's Wait, let me recount. Still 6. Yes.
How are we doing on weapons? Is there any weapons missing? It seems like a large explosion happened here.
Nothing to do with me, sir. Just doing the inventory. A few times.
Like maybe, perhaps a grenade went off. Would you happen to know?
It certainly seems that way, sir, but I've got the grenades right here, as you can plainly see.
Do you have all of them?
There's an extra pin. Other than that, yes.
An extra pin? So you have something extra. So you haven't been keeping a proper log?
Well, it's probably the rest of it is under these other things.
Sure. Do you still have the illegal contraband that I gave you previously?
I think I shoot him.
You shoot me?
Awesome.
The keyword illegal. That's the activated.
Walt's not good under pressure.
Okay.
You shoot me?
Shoot away, Walt.
I think I shoot him. We are gonna kill Ryan.
It's seeming that way.
Wow.
I think he did as bad as he could do, too.
There's a phrase that I believe is very common, which is between the eyes close enough for you?
I'm dead. Yeah.
Is that? Oh, well, I guess Walt wipes his brow and says, "Woof, that was a close one."
I mean, that's
have a wipe.
Good, because termination without provocation is illegal.
Attention, citizens of CFD sector. Illegal termination detected in food vat 182. All troubleshooter teams, please apprehend traitor. Happiness is mandatory.
Oh dear.
At this time, does Chris return? Yes.
He does.
Can I put Tracy's? Can I put my gun in Tracy's hand?
Tracy is not on the ground level by the crates, that's for sure.
I walk in, I see what's happening, and I move to throw Walt into the recycling vat, both because I know that it's terribly painful, and there's no reason to waste good protein. Not enough.
Excellent. Roll me some unarmed. Tracy, what are you doing?
I want to see if the brain survived.
Okay, Paul is up there as well. Lindsay, you're up there mopping. Chris, you try to lift Walt off his feet. He's kind of struggling. Instead, you manage to smack him in the face. He's wriggling and screaming. Walt, what are you doing?
I say, ow!
I double down, I hunker down, I grab him by his legs, and I use 5 points of perversity to really jack up that success and just really give him the good old heave-ho, I believe is what they say here in Alpha Complex.
The German suplex into the vat.
Give him the old DDT.
Walt is unceremoniously heaved into the food vat. There's bubbling, screaming, and then there's silence.
I want to scream. I want to scream omnius as I'm drowning in goo.
Yeah, there's a single hand breaks the surface. You hear omnius.
Do we know what omnius means?
Some of you may. Who knows?
I clap my hands together. Frank Computer, I think everything's cleared away now. The treasonous traitor, suspected mutant, communist is no longer on the floor.
Citizen Chris Arbo 3, public commendation. You are currently the #1 troubleshooter in your team. The computer is your friend. Failure to be happy is treason.
Well, of course, Frank Computer. I will do my best.
While you guys are up in the bot room, you can see that Paul's playing around with something next to the brain. Lindsay appears to be mopping up the floor. Tracy, what are you doing?
I'm gonna walk up to Paul and inspect the stat because it sounded like there was a big explosion in the brain room, and I want to make sure that everything's okay.
Okay, can you make your habitat engineering or hardware roll? There's a piece of technology that Paul seems to be messing with that you're not sure it's part of the standard brain array. It looks like a bottle. There's a lot of roiling gas or electricity inside it, and it's connected in there. Curiously, as Tracy enters the room, the voice of the bot booms out,
"Welcome, Master."
As soon as Tracy enters?
Yeah.
That's a little weird. Never seen that before.
What is your bidding, my master?
Paul's gonna go reach for the plasma pistol that's on his Clone 1 body.
Uh-oh. Self-destruct, and then Tracy's gonna run.
Lindsay will pursue him, mop in hand.
Okay, Lindsay is pursuing Tracy with a mop. Paul's reaching down to pick something up off the floor. The voice goes,
"Unable to comply. Pavlov override."
Ah, that sucks.
Ryan, you turn back up again. Walt, you've turned up again. Chris, you're still there at the bottom, very pleased with yourself, and you can see this nonsense happening in the gantry above you.
Well, I best see. As everyone else enters, I make a bunch of inscrutable pseudo-military hand signals at all of them, and then point up there, and then I take out my laser pistol, and I go, Alpha 7, out. And he starts climbing up the ladder. Clearly, whatever I just said to them does not land, but I say it with a lot of vigor that I'm hoping they'll follow me.
I follow.
I'll follow. Pistol out.
Okay,
does that place Tracy between Lindsay and the guys coming up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Guys! Lindsay's gone crazy. He's the traitor. He's trying to kill me.
Lindsay appears to be carrying a mop.
I think that's a regulation mop, not a weapon of any kind. Are you sure, sir?
He could be using a non-regulation cleaner, though. We should inspect.
I go, citizen,
put the weapon down. And I
can't drop the map, Lindsay. You've gone mad. He's a communist, mutant, anarchist.
Tracy, and Lindsay. Perhaps we should have a conversation and discuss who is the real traitor here. I wish to know. As you can tell, I've died many times in the very short time. I need to catch up a little.
Paul will jump on the comms to the rest of the team and be like,
the bot clearly addressed Tracy as his leader. He's the one.
Yeah, and Tracy also ordered the bot to self-destruct.
Tracy's gonna drop a grenade at his feet.
I run so far back.
So I do another bunch of hand signals and then just make the explosion like looking thing with my hand and then I dive out of the way.
That wasn't a smoke grenade, that was a real grenade.
Oh, I know. I'm not up there. I'm at the bottom.
How did all these grenades get out of there?
Can all
Lindsay,
of you, apart from Tracy, make a violence roll, please?
We're actually gonna kill Ryan 6 times.
If this was D&D, I would be blowing this out of the water. Natural 20s. I haven't gotten under a teen anywhere.
Looking at those wonderful rolls that were made by everyone there, there's a clear loser in this situation. So, Paul, as Tracy drops the grenade, you can see down below you Raj and Chris and Wall all essentially grabbing the side of the ladder and doing that thing where they just hold the side and slide down. They roll into a heap near the crates. Lindsay vaults over Tracy and does the same and lands in an inglorious heap at the bottom. Tracy's grenade trundles down and lands just between you and him. There's an almighty explosion, and those of you in the bottom in the heap, you're showered with bits that may be Tracy, they may be Paul, you can't tell, but there's a little meaty rain falls down on top of you, and you have to wipe your visors clean, and when it comes to, there's just like smoking remains at the top of the food vat. The doors at the bottom of the food vats open up. Standing there are a group of infrared workers. There's maybe a dozen of them. They march in formation and they snap to attention. The leader looks over at you and does something approaching a salute. Troubleshooters, we're here to loyally serve the computer and to get the food vats working again. So when do we start work? What you do notice is they've walked all the way down a white corridor to get here.
That seems treasonous.
It is treasonous.
That's suspicious.
AlphaNet entry: infrareds. The unwashed masses of the infrareds. Actually, that's not strictly true. The infrareds are actually very clean. After all, hygienic citizens are happy citizens, and therefore cleanliness is almost as ubiquitous and as mandatory as happiness in Alpha Complex. However, there are masses of infrareds in Alpha Complex, making up, as they do, around 75% of the population. For all its faults, Alpha Complex does allow for upward mobility. Every troubleshooter, every yellow clearance supervisor, every blue internal security trooper, even every high programmer all share something in common. They all started off as infrareds. There is a tendency amongst those citizens who have risen to a higher station to regard the masses of infrareds as stupid or imbecilic, and this isn't true. Infrareds aren't dumber than higher clearance citizens, and troubleshooters are certainly not smarter. Those of you who have listened to this podcast will know that. Instead, infrareds are just really, really heavily medicated. You see, infrareds all have the most menial jobs in Alpha Complex. Imagine working for 8 hours straight in a PLC warehouse, or the food vats, or as a reactor shielding replacement technician. No sane person is going to happily do one of those jobs, and even if they are coerced into doing them, they're certainly not going to be productive. Therefore, infrareds are almost constantly medicated. First thing that they do when they get up in the morning, They pop a wakey pill chock full of all the amphetamines they need to get up and go. The food they eat during the breaks and at lunch, laced with sedatives that give them a happy-go-lucky glow. Curiously, these meals also include a truckload of hormone suppressants because the computer doesn't want something as messy and random as love and attraction getting in the way of productivity. Evening meals include a cocktail of drugs that induce a sense of languorous contentment, and before turning in for the night, the infrared will take a night-night pill that ensures 8 hours of deep and dreamless sleep. Unsurprisingly, most infrareds are therefore completely and utterly contented with their lot in life. This probably explains that when something happens to promote a citizen to a higher clearance and they come off all these drugs, usually because the computer needs them to think for themselves, most citizens dissolve into soul-shattering paranoia when they witness the utter train wreck that Alpha Complex actually is. This goes a long way to explain why most clones start tripping over each other in a mad scramble to get to ultraviolet clearance, because it's only at these hallowed heights that a clone can once again experience the same contentment that they felt as an infrared drone. Maybe that's been the computer's plan all along. Interestingly, the infrareds we're about to meet aren't quite in the same hazy, medicated funk as the majority. You see, with the food vat and CFD sector being offline, and with them being unable to report for work, they've not been getting dosed quite as regularly as before. Therefore, these infrareds are doing something uncommon amongst their kind. They're taking the initiative and trying to do something for the common good. In this case, getting the food vats working again so they can help out all the clones in the sector. What nice noble souls, right? How do you think Task Force Epsilon 718 are going to treat them?
Excuse me. I'm red. You're infrared, so best you answer my questions. Shit.
Best you answer my questions.
No. That came out wrong.
So, how did you manage to get past the white hallway? Friend computer wouldn't let someone of your status come down such a color hallway, would he?
The leader, whose badge reads Gav CSG6, he kind of looks a bit sheepish. We just want to serve the computer loyalty. We know production's down, and we couldn't let our sector and the complex of the computer down, could we?
Well, I appreciate you volunteering for the protein stores. For such treason, I punish you all to the protein vat. Please, single file, whilst you're boiling alive and dying and such, if you can make sure the mechanics in there are above board. But otherwise, I appreciate
We're only trying to
your
help.
service.
Please, just put us to work. Please, I'm on my last clone. Have mercy.
Well, you should have thought of that before you were treasonous against friend computer. Team leader, back me up on this one.
If I might make a suggestion, we could wash the walls with this black fluid in these cans over here.
We could do that, but they have already committed trespasses. Perhaps we could show some form of mercy. Choose one of your number to throw into the vats.
Sorry, Raj, but can I just ask, did anyone see them walk down the corridor?
There's no other way they could have gotten here, so that's seems a bit of moot point there, my friend.
That seems a bit circumstantial to me, though. Did anyone actually see them walk down the corridor?
You know, this whole time...
We just saw them enter from the white corridor. How would they appear?
But did you see them walk down the white corridor?
What I do see is a bunch of traitors in front of us. Now, traitors! Choose at least one of your number to sacrifice to the computer.
I'm very sorry, Raj, but I'm rather concerned. If you can see through the door to know that they came down the corridor, that would suggest you have a mutant power. Are you confessing to having a mutant power?
I only confess to having any form of logic.
You didn't say no.
That's a very good point. Thank you, Tracy.
I do not have any mutant abilities. Otherwise, I would have told them to friend computer, and I would have been marked thusly. It does not take mutant powers to see that there is only one hallway in here, and it is the color of white.
Yeah, but if you didn't see them come down, it's a false accusation, and that's treasonous, sir.
It's not a false accusation. I'm asking themselves to commit one of their number to sacrifice for the friend computer for their crime.
Okay, Lindsay's going to turn to the leader of this infrared group and say,
Did you walk down the corridor beyond this door that is painted white?
Yeah, boss, it's the only way we could get here.
He's gonna look over at Lindsay and be like, so, I think we have an agreement that they committed a crime.
I suppose so.
Right about now, Chris is rifling through the crate, looking for, surprise, surprise, grenades.
I think if this is a real infrared team, then at least one of them would know, what is a golden retriever?
Remember earlier I described how Chris was a extremely well-trained armed forces veteran, and if it came to throwing grenades, he wouldn't be a clown like the other people who do stupid things like take out the pin and throw that instead of the grenade. Well, one of those wonderful moments that only happens once in a blue moon. Lindsay, you get hit in the face with what seems to be a grenade pin, and Chris suddenly implodes.
Before that happens, you just hear, then it's treason then, and then poof, I'm gone.
A lot of people seem to be blowing up now.
While this nonsense is happening, Tracy and Paul are merrily texting back and forth to each other. From Tracy RPIG, hey Paul, what was that doohickey you were using on the brain? From Paul RDFT, it's a plasma-powered output booster. Helping to assist with food production might be my ticket to a higher clearance the computer provides for all. From Tracy RPIG, hey, that's great. I have a way to boost its cognitive capacity. Maybe we should work together once we get back. Sorry about the grenade, by the way. Haha, Mondays, right?
Infrared members, do you concur that you have committed treason?
We're only trying to help. We're not communists.
You're not. I said nothing of communists. What the communists have to do with this?
Please,
like I said,
I'm my last clone.
Well, if you use one of your number to sacrifice to the vats, I suppose we could forget about this small infraction.
They all turn around and look at one really weaselly looking little infrared. Guess Jeff's up then. And there's a clone little tiny guy with a badge that says Jeff CSG 4, and they all shove him forward. Jeff starts crying.
Come, Jeff, come. Put on a brave face for friend computer. Come.
It's not so bad, Jeff. I just did it myself.
I'm gonna like lead Jeff away a little bit,
and then I'm going to like talk to Jeff. Now, Jeff, are any of your infrareds? I can save you today. Are any of them traitors, mutants, or communists?
I'm pretty sure that Linda CSV is a mutant. She's got weird eyes, right? And Andrew CSV, I heard him saying bad things about friend computer. That means I can go, right?
Do you have proof besides hearsay?
No.
I push him into the vat.
One of the infrareds yells out, "Yeah, take that, Jeff. That'll take you for taking my last ration of hot fun."
Now, if I could talk to Linda CSV.
She stands forward.
Yes, sir.
Now, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but Jeff said that you were a mutant. Now, you don't seem like...
Does she seem like the mutant type? Does she have like an extra arm or something? I don't know.
She has none of that. She looks like an infrared. She has no yellow stripes in her uniform, so she's not a registered mutant either.
So Jeff said that you were a mutant, and I would hate to just assume that you were a mutant. But perhaps if you could give up some of your other infrareds for their crimes, I could, I don't know, let this one slide. I give her a little wink.
Well, there was Jeff, but he's food now. Can I go to work?
No, I have to. Jeff accused you of being a mutant. I can let you go, but I'm gonna need somebody else to take your place.
Ryan, your PDC starts ringing.
All right, yeah, I pick it up. I guess I just push her into the vat, and then I pick it up.
Classic Raj.
This is merciless. Raj is super salty about dying 3 times.
I've died. I'm on my 4th. I thought I was on my 5th.
The numbers coming from it says Winston B.
Okay, yeah, pick it up.
Hey, team leader, Winston B here. How's that corridor looking? Is it still white?
Yes, very white still.
Come on, get a move on. You guys, I mean, it's been hours.
There has been some mix-ups. My team has been maybe slightly done happy.
I'm hearing excuses, Raj. You were the one talking about body count before. Get the corridor sorted. Do you like the food vat?
I love the food vat, sir.
Well, would you like to be knocked down to infrared and carry on working there?
I would like to stay red, sir.
Excellent. Get the corridor sorted. I'll phone you back in 20 minutes.
Sounds good. Infrareds, I have a job for you. Do you know how to paint?
Yes.
Good. We're going to paint that hallway black now.
Do you have any black paint?
I've got some paint upstairs in the brain room. Just give me a moment.
I'll help you out, Walt. All right, let's get back to work on this brain.
Yeah, I think Paul's just gonna continue to go straight for the brain room. He shows up right as Linda's pushed into the vat and like kind of shrugs and heads up the ladder. Classic Linda.
Yeah, you just hear that kind of Wilhelm scream as she goes in. Okay, so up in the brain room, Walt, what are we talking about paint-wise?
Gosh, that's a good question. Is there anything black up here?
Well, there's a lot of soot in the walls from the fecundity of grenades that have been gone off.
And blood.
And there's blood, and there's offal, and intestines, and just a whole mess.
That's probably not going to work for paint. I think I'm going to have to call down from up there and say, paint's all used up. We're out. I'll make a call for some more. And then
Are you admitting a fault in your equipment stores, equipment guy?
Well, it's not so much a fault as of mine as it is so much as maybe some grenades went off in here.
Well, the grenades are yours to keep a hold of, so it would be your fault then too. In this economy, really, in this economy, sir. I don't know, but you hold on to that thought. I'll call for some more paint.
This economy.
Infrareds, would you happen to know where any black paint is?
They all look at each other. Black paint's clearance ultraviolet.
Walt is calling for more paint, if that's something Walt can do.
Okay, so Walt's calling PLC then.
Yeah.
Thank you for calling PLC. Your call is important to us. You are caller number 5. Please hold.
And really
Love this
crappy
tune.
elevator music.
This is my jam.
Loyalty is of very importance to us. Please stay on the line after this call to answer a short series of questions. Internal security will be monitoring your answers.
Okay, I'm gonna hang up. They're all out of paint, they said.
What color is the nutrient sludge?
It's a sort of olivey, greeny, browny, unpleasant color.
And with my knowledge of the rules and regulations, does it have to be black or could it be just not white?
The corridor is an infrared corridor, so for infrareds to go up it, it has to be a black corridor.
Black corridor. How many more grenades do we have left?
I ask your equipment guy.
Equipment guy, how many more grenades do we have?
Oops.
Should be 4 there, sir. Should be 4. Just check
How
the
long?
crate. I can't see from here though.
I'll go over, I guess, and check the crate real quick. But how long is the corridor?
The corridor is about 100 meters long.
Ooh, I don't think 4 grenades are gonna cut that. To report my mission success, which may or may not be true.
At this point, Lindsay is trying to sneak off and have a secret conversation with his secret society contact. Unfortunately for him, he chose to make this rather public.
So you can hear Lindsay very loudly talking on his PDC to somebody saying, "My mission's been a success."
Interesting. Could somebody go check on that?
These are what happens when you send private messages publicly on Roll20 and you play Paranoia.
Lindsay, down there, not a success. We haven't even started painting yet. Try and keep it together.
Lindsay, do you have any ulterior missions or goals that you're pursuing while the computer is giving you a direct order?
Just one second. I'm just on a call here.
Where is Lindsay right now?
He's kind of skulking in the room off at the back.
I presume Tracy doesn't hear any of this because I'm up in the brain room with Paul, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not there.
I'll try and keep an ear out, like maybe move a little closer so I can hear the conversation being happened. But I don't want him to know that I'm trying to listen.
Make a stealth roll then.
Oh, I'm super good at those. Just like, is sneaking or stealth?
Sneaking will do. Oh, you're amazing
Another
at it.
natural 20.
Lindsay, as you're about to start the call again, you can literally see Raj sneaking forward.
I've gotten so many natural 20s this game. It's insane.
I'll hang up. Oh, hi Raj, did you want a white?
I would love a white. Could you perhaps, in any of your hygienics, do you have anything that could be the color black?
That's a really good question. I'll start rifling through my pack.
I'm gonna look over his shoulder as he rifles through his pack, just kind of checking out what's in there.
Okay, well, there's lots of very interesting stuff. There's a load of tools. You can see his laser pistol and his PDC, and he's obviously got all his hygiene officer stuff in there. So there's lots of little bottles and hand sanitizers and hand wipes, and there's some leaflets. And
what are those leaflets exactly?
Those are hygiene instruction cards.
Would you mind showing them to me? I'm very interested in your duties as a hygiene officer.
That seems to be a little bit outside of your jurisdiction, sir.
My jurisdiction is everybody's jurisdiction. Would you mind showing me your leaflets?
I'm not permitted to, sir, under hygiene code 74792B.
I'm just going to grab the leaflets then and look at them.
Tracy walks out of the brain room, looks down at Lindsay, and says,
as the team loyalty officer, having been informed of some of the events that have taken place, I hereby ask the computer to declare one Lindsay a traitor for having reported mission success when clearly the mission is not a success so far, which, lying to the computer, is treasonous.
Lindsay tries to pull his pack away from you, and in doing so, the leaflets spill out all over the floor. Lindsay kind of frantically scrabbles to try and pick them up, but you can see words like revolution, bourgeoisie, whatever that means.
Oh, pistol time. It is time for murder.
Up.
The second I see that, just pow.
Go for it.
Touch those, don't touch those. They might be contaminated.
Finally! Yes!
For our listeners, this is a moment of glory for young Ryan, because he's been rolling really badly and now he's rolled really well. Okay, Lindsay,
dodge it.
You can't dodge a laser. You can spend perversity. You only spend 5 at the most, and that's not going to be enough.
Oh, not even with wonderful help from anybody else in my wonderful team.
As Paul is
you bastard
messing. I'm just having fun. As Paul's messing with the brain, he will shut the lights off on accident.
And Lindsay will drop to the floor.
And I will spend 5 perversity.
Oh.
Turning on my night vision goggles.
Standard clone issue.
Standard clone issue night
you
vision
only
goggles.
get them after your 4th iteration, so the rest of you don't have it. It's just Ryan.
It's a high risk, high reward strat to kill yourself and be killed multiple times.
A lot of stuff happens at once. The infrareds are standing there looking stunned. And Chris, you walk in at this moment in time. Raj lets rip with his laser pistol straight at Lindsay. As he does so, the lights go out, there's a thudding noise, and there's a little sort of high-pitched whine. Raj's visor lights up green, and there's a strangled scream from Lindsay. Are you turning the lights back on, Paul, after this nonsense?
Yeah, it'll be like a quick, 3 second.
You turn the lights on, and you feel a sharp jabbing as you turn the light switch. You suddenly feel immensely strong. So strong, it feels like there's just blood surging through your arms. You're feeling like you're completely pumped up, and the pumped up feeling keeps going and going and going, and eventually you're so pumped up you bust. Chris, you walk in as this is all happening.
And I walk in with my night vision goggles now that I just received. Yeah. For being in my fourth iteration. Unfortunately, this clone has tinnitus, so he's like, this is the I can't believe everything happens, and then everything's gone. He's gonna look around. He sees Raj has shot Lindsay. Is there anyone else that's on the base floor right now?
So on the base floor, there is Raj, there is Walt, there's Chris, Tracy's coming down the ladder.
Walt's up in the brain room.
I'm staying in the brain room, baby.
Walt's in the brain room. Okay, so Walt is covered in Paul.
Perfect. Chris walks up and he's like, "Oh, what's happened here?" And he walks over to one of the pamphlets. He picks it up, and then he kind of nonchalantly starts mouthing the words, and then he says, "Crestus Sextus Omega 7. That's strange. Do you know what that means, Raj?"
No. What does that mean?
Well, I don't know. It just says it on this pamphlet, strangely enough. Whatever.
And he crumples up the pamphlet and he throws it into the food vat.
Well, try for nothing. And he walks away.
Clearance Ultraviolet. Rules. Crestus Sextus Omega 7? What is Chris going on about? Well, this isn't the first time attentive listeners will have picked up on this kind of jibber-jabber from our intrepid players. We've had Walt going on about Omnius and Fizzwiz prior to this. Have they all gone mad? Or is there a reason for all of this? In Paranoia, all the players are members of secret societies, and each of them are given missions by these groups. Coincidentally, these missions always seem to clash with the missions that other players have been given by their societies. What happy serendipity! However, in the world of Paranoia, secret societies are, well, kind of paranoid, and with good reason. The computer and its agents do not take kindly to people openly flaunting their membership in prescribed organisations. Therefore, secret societies tend to communicate in code words. These are used to update other society members on mission progress, service distress signals, and communicate secret instructions. They also conveniently serve to baffle and confuse our players. For example, Chris R received a message on his PDC from his robot overlords in Corpor Metal that included the phrase Crestus Sextus Omega 7, along with the intelligence that Raj R was an internal security agent. Now, it didn't say anything about communicating this to Raj, but that's the sort of happy crossed wires that happen all the time in Paranoia. Likewise, Walt's secret society contact called Omnis asked Walt to get Raj alone and then send a message to a PDC number. Walt interpreted this as calling Raj and chanting mysteriously at him, which understandably confused Raj, but did very little to advance Walt's secret society goals. In another case of serendipitous happenstance, it's incredible the amount of time secret societies recycle codes, and therefore people from opposing societies overhear code words that they think pertain to them, but are actually being uttered by people from other societies. No, this isn't just the GM messing with players. Stop looking at me like that.
So as this is going on, you notice coming up the corridor, there's a scrub bot. A scrub bot's a universal in Alpha Complex. The little cleaning bots, and bots can go anywhere. They can go up any corridors. They don't have a security clearance. It goes over into the corner of the room. This room's all black, obviously, because it's a food vat. And there's a load of blood sprayed over one of the corners of the room. And there's some scoring from all the weapons fire and grenades and people busting and everything that's going on, and it goes over and it starts scrubbing the wall clean, and then once it's nice and clean, it sprays a little jet of black paint onto the scoring.
Oh.
And then it trundles off and starts cleaning up other parts of the room.
I just take out my pistol and I start just scoring up everything with.
What is it? Just scoring or dirt that it's attacking?
It's cleaning up all the dirt and all the blood and all the brains and gore, but where there's laser damage, it sprays it black.
Oh, I take out my laser and I start just lasering up and down the hallway. Infrareds, take out your lasers and begin lasering this hallway.
They look at each other blankly. We don't have lasers.
Isn't that like prisoners shooting indiscriminately?
We're not shooting indiscriminately. We are shooting walls for paint purposes.
Let me take a look at the robot. I might be able to reprogram it to paint the corridor black as is our mission.
Of course, if you wish to try that, you may. And I kind of squint my eyes.
Chris is going to go up the ladder to see what's going on in the brain room. Because last time he was up there, he died immediately, and he's still kind of curious.
Chrissy's curiosity could be misplaced because Tracy is currently rigging the brain room to explode.
Oh, one thing. I want to continue to go through Lindsay's pack that remains, and I want to see if there's any other goodies in there.
Nothing apart from those leaflets.
All right, can I take his PDC? Or PC?
You can. What will happen though is when a clone dies, the old PDC is wiped, and the new clone gets the new one. Paul, can you make your bot ops and maintenance roll, please? Okay. So Paul has programmed the scrub bot. Up in the brain room, Tracy, I know what you're doing. Walt, what are you doing while Tracy seems to be just messing around with stuff, and the bot keeps referring to Tracy as master?
I'm trying to get all of the bits of bone and brain out of my hair, but then I think I'm finally going to come down from the brain room to the main floor and kind of watch over while Chris is reprogramming this computer or this robot.
Paul's down there. He's got his tools out. He's tinkering away with this bot. After about maybe 2 minutes of this, there's a little green light that goes red and it goes green again, and the bot starts turning in the direction of the corridor. Starts trundling out the room.
I'm going to watch it very closely to see what it does.
And a couple of little spray cans pop out, and it starts going down the corridor and spraying it black as it goes. It gets to the far end where the infrared barracks are, and the whole corridor is now black. The infrareds give a big cheer, and they're like, "Can we go back to work now? Can we go back to work?"
Perhaps, but I do need some more proof of mutiny, and communism.
They kind of look shiftily at each other. None of them seem to be willing to give any of the other ones up.
All right, one at a time it is, and I grab one.
Congratulations, Task Force Epsilon 718. Records show the food vat production in CFD sector is on course to be at 80% efficiency. You are to be commended on your patriotic servings of hot fun. Functional error in semi-heuristic complex maintenance system. Rebooting.
Daisy, give me your answer to. I'm half crazy over that.
Service to Alpha Complex. Please report to debriefing room 725 in sector CFD. Have a nice day. Happiness is mandatory.
A job well done, lads.
And at that moment, the brain room explodes.
Quite happy to head to debrief.
Did I make it up to the brain room before it exploded?
You didn't. You managed to save yourself that horrible fate.
How am I so lucky?
And he just goes, "Well," and he starts going back down the ladder.
So you make your way to briefing room 725. It's exactly next door to briefing room 724 that you came from before, obviously.
That seems suspicious.
Laid out in exactly the same way, and it's brightly lit. And a smiling Gary G greets you. Citizens, I hear that food production is proceeding again in CFD sector. Congratulations. Now, before we get to the commendations, let's hear how the mission went. Team leader, your account first, please.
So, for my account, it seemed like it was overall a good success, but I have a few quandaries. And as my purpose here as a team leader, I must outline some of the poor choices and poor lives of my teammates. I believe that I found evidence of Lindsay being a communist, and I am gonna throw out a bunch of communist propaganda.
Just stuff out of his pocket.
That's what I do on Reddit all the time.
Of course. Oh no, I can't read some of my handwriting.
Hanging out in our
Walt?
conservative. Yeah.
I have evidence of Walt being a traitor. The evidence being my own corpse as he shot me in the head.
That wasn't me. That was the other me.
Proof is proof of traitorous intent. And then he also said some ominous fizzwig stuff, which seemed very weird. Perhaps he had imbibed some form of detrimental imbibement. Tracy, he used a computer tool that led to the death of another citizen. Unfortunate.
I didn't use that tool. Hey, I didn't use it. Someone else did.
It was your tool, and you installed it. You also used a grenade to kill yourself and several others.
That was an accident. I'm famously bad with grenades.
He also took control of a computer servant and then told it to self-destruct. Luckily, its circuits stopped it from doing so.
Can I just point out that all of these infractions were committed by our previous clones, and we're not guilty of anything that our previous clones did?
That's not my mission. My mission is merely to give evidence of what happened. I did see Paul reprogram a robot directly against the directives of friend computer. And then Chris, of course, had illegal contraband, blew us up, and then destroyed evidence in front of my own eyes. He took a piece of paper with evidence from either himself or the pack of Lindsay, and then threw it in a nutrient digester. Destroying
Frank Computer, counterpoint here to this, as he has been wasteful with his clones while my clones have died in heroics saving others. So if anything, I deserve counterpoint, the proven treasonous individual was disposed by one Chris Arbow 3 before his untimely demise.
I will also say that I found evidence of one mutant and thereby put her to death forthwith. But one communist, but overall, we succeeded.
Citizen Rajar, these allegations, while interesting, do any of them pertain to any of the surviving members of your team?
No, they all died very quickly and a lot near the end.
Excellent. Well, dead traitors, that's good. Now, could the internal security representative make themselves known?
That is me!
Oh, you again. Okay. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, that was pretty much that was my internal services notebook reading right there.
Right, excellent. Recording officer, is there any footage you would like to play back for the benefit of the debriefing?
Yes, I've quite a bit of footage and damning evidence against some of my fellow citizens. Exhibit A is a video of in the first hall where Raj is seen saying he is deeply sad, and he plays back a short little clip, and it cuts out right at the end of the D in sad. To help corroborate the story against Lindsay, we have multiple recordings of him using the term comrade, and just like a super clip of just like comrade.
So many comrades.
When he was up in the brain room before he was injected with something, he had turned on the recording device on his clone 1 that was on the floor, and so he does have evidence of whoever injected him, but he hasn't seen it yet.
Well, this is going to be a fun watch.
So he starts playing back that recording of the lights cutting out and then the lights cutting back on, and then him kind of feeling like blood coursing through his veins, and then he so much so that he ends up dying because of it. But the footage clearly shows who the perpetrator is.
Clearly shows Tracy, the current Tracy, running away after having dropped a syringe.
Classic Tracy. What a prankster, huh?
Hey, yeah, it was. That is not what it looks like.
Please explain, citizen.
I thought it was going to be helpful. I thought it was going to be more helpful. I have text evidence. I have text evidence from Paul and I having a conversation about helping reprogram the brain so that it's in better shape, right? Because I have a robotic cognitive booster, and he had a robotic power booster, and we were going to help out. And then I saw the panic. I'm like, oh, Paul could probably use this stuff. That's pretty good, and misread on my part. That's my mistake, of course, but definitely not treason. And in fact, if I may put an addendum, it's a good thing I did it, because when I used Paul's doohickey on the brain exploded.
What? The brain exploded?
That's not true. The last person seen inside the brain room is...
Hang on.
Well, Tracy.
The brain exploded?
Yeah.
Right, let me
but I used your doohickey.
Wait here, citizen. The two internal security guards go and stand beside the door, and he gets out his PDC and starts dialing. Yeah, it's Gary.
Does anyone like to wash their hands?
Yes, please.
Yep.
Oh,
Listen.
yes, please.
I would love to wash hands.
Can you check the status of the food fat in CFD sector? Yeah, the one.
Anyone want some?
It's meant to be working.
Drugs. Anyone?
Multiple casualties. Fires in adjacent sectors. Massive power feedback. Okay, thank you for that.
It's like those infrared
Tracy just
signals
points
or
at
something.
Paul. I used his
Paul's just
doohickey.
I'm very, very, very. That causes my device.
Yeah, you're very good. Yeah, you're very good at breaking the brain.
I've done nothing,
a saboteur.
but
That's what you are.
Help the colony and the citizens in it. I do not know why you're accusing me of this.
Because I used your doohickey and it blew up the brain. That's why. That's all the evidence I need.
Equipment guy. This equipment that they were using, when you ran your last check of it, was it working properly?
Which equipment are we talking about specifically?
The one that Citizen Tracy R keeps referring to as a doohickey, which doesn't sound standard issue.
Is that the syringe, sir?
No, it's whatever appears to have caused massive casualties and huge property damage to computer property.
Let me just consult my books here. Let's see. Records do not show doohickey on my list, sir. No, nothing like that on the manifest.
But you're saying that this is illegal equipment?
See for yourself, sir.
Interesting. Well, we have a problem here. We have a problem in that hundreds of people have died, hundreds of people are without power, hundreds of people will be going hungry, and it is very much the fault of this team.
Power to the people.
As a result,
just Raj turns around.
Just shoot him.
Yeah. So does Chris. Chris just turns.
We all just shoot.
We just shoot Lindsay. Totally shooting him.
So the scene starts slowly fading to black as you all draw your lasers and you all start shooting each other, while Gary G starts rhyming off how you're going to be demoted to infrared and going back to working in the food vats, and your first job when you finish is to be cleaning up the mess in food vats in CFD sector. And that, gentlemen, is the sad end of Task Force Epsilon 718.
We suck so bad.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to Whitewash, a Paranoia actual play podcast. Thanks have to go to our wonderful cast of players/voice actors. They are, in no particular order, Alex Adams as Chris R, Che Webster as Lindsay R, Paul Page as Paul R, Ryan Mossbarger as Raj R, John Cohen as Walt R, Ben Drury as Tracy R, and Keeley Wilson as the computer. Some of these folks have podcasts of their own. I'll include details in the show notes, so please give them a listen. We're pretty sure you'll like them. We're a regular addition to the Roll to Save lineup, with new episodes appearing every month. If you would like to get in touch with us, please find us on Twitter at SavePodcast or email us at roll.to.save.pod@gmail.com. You can also find us on Facebook by searching for Roll to Save. We're always on the lookout for new cast members, so if you fancy giving Paranoia a try, let us know. And remember, stay alert, trust no one, keep your laser handy. The computer is your friend.